metrokia of Madison.com.
Broadcasting live from inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Live from the 3rd Street Market Hall, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman on 100.5 ESPN Madison. And I'm happy to be talking to the Madison folk right now on our sister station. You'll find Marquette play-by-play in the voice of Steve the Homer True, which you could hear cross-talk with us. Ryan Wollersheim running the show back there. I'm next to Kyle Wallace, the biggest Marquette fan in the 3rd Street Market Hall.
Oh, wow.
Brad Nortman. No, you're definitely not.
I was going to say, oh, wow.
Because we're going to get into this. Brad Nortman, Wisconsin Badger, NFL punter, here with me. 844-770-3776. Again, 844-770-3776. Right now, the Marquette Golden Eagles are down 9 to the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. And the air that was in this building, I can feel the eerie. I can feel the tense. I can feel the nervousness. I can feel the Shaka Smart tournament record creeping into their head. I'm actually watching it. I'm watching their brains. I'm watching their eyes get cross-eyed, thinking about how this isn't going to happen, but in reality, they know it actually may.
This is why you get hesitancy all year for Marquette fans and why they enjoy the regular season wins so much, right? This is why the Marquette-Wisconsin game is so important to Marquette fans, because this is inevitable. It's just struggles in the tournament. Now, I'm not going to write them off this quickly. I do think they'll probably come back and make a deep run, but, man, looking around here, these Marquette fans are sweating. Are you sweating, Kyle Wallace?
As our resident Marquette fan
I'm
here.
the resident Marquette fan, and I cheer for everything Wisconsin. I'm a Badger fan, but I do support Marquette when they are good, and I jump on the bandwagon. But you do know
Kyle Wallace blows with the wind.
No, but know this. I told y'all, this is kind of making me get some flashbacks to Marquette disappointing me time and time and time after again. And like I said, if they lose today, I'll jump off the bandwagon. I'll just talk about how they seem to always.
It's all upside for you.
Yeah, and I can tell that, Brad. You know how I can tell that? Because even him talking on the radio, like, if they win, I'll go back to this. I am looking into the soul of Marquette fans right now, and their body language looks like we are at a funeral, and it is halftime. There is still so much game left to play, and you would act like, see, now they're getting frustrated with me. I am looking at them in the eyes.
They said, why are you talking about them right now?
Because they can't handle it, and this is the best part about sports, right? You're supposed to have these fun rivalries, not take it so serious, but then you bring it up, and you got people like that want to attack you, and I got somebody threatening with physical harm right now.
You're kicking them when they're down. This is a stressful time. They're losing to a 15 seed that we all thought was going to be a cakewalk today. They're down 9 at half. They're very, very concerned.
See,
and nervous.
he's now talking like one of us.
Yes, he's back. It's good to have you back.
They are very, very concerned.
You
flip-flop more than anybody I've ever met in my life.
They are wounded, though. They are like a wounded animal right now, and Ben is doing everything he can to keep the bleeding going. He's not looking to help.
You know the phrases, Brad. You played football. Step on the throat and keep it there. Like I'm not here to patch anything up. I'm here to rub it in. And guess what? If Marquette wins and they say something to me, I'll say, congratulations, you beat a 15 seed. You're talking crap to me. I am in the most win-win scenario of all time now.
Yeah, this is extremely stressful. I feel bad for Marquette fans. As I was coming downstairs, I had to put my notebook back, and I came downstairs, and that's when the Hilltoppers, Western Kentucky, went on a run, and somebody named Marshall hit a three. And all I could do was look at Brian D., and I just smiled and kept going. I said, boy, this don't look good.
Well, and to be honest, like what we talked about even earlier is like I don't even have that much of a dislike for Marquette themselves. It's just the Marquette fans. It's such an emotional roller coaster. It's crazy to sit through. I mean, I'm seeing things. I'm not going to go as far as calling them this, but I'm seeing some things out of Bears fans that I sometimes see.
Oh,
which
no.
is like high expectations
wow.
and being let down and mostly talk, no action when it comes down to it. So, again, I don't think it'll get there. But, man, these Marquette fans are sweating right now.
They should. They definitely should be sweating. They definitely should be sweating. But, again, it's only halftime. They have time. Let's not, what does Ben say, not put the horse before the cart.
Yeah.
Let's just.
I think that's what Marquette fans have done.
Let's just slow down.
They're running with the cart behind them right now.
Let's slow down and give it some time. I trust in Shaka Smart, and I trust in this Marquette team to right the ship in the second half to be their half. We are Marquette.
Oh, come on, don't say that, Kyle. Come on, that's not you.
Dump. I don't know what's happening. I keep getting disconnected from the stream. I'm going to go to the Wi-Fi of the Third Street Market Hall,
going to suggest
which is where we are right now. We all
that
keep
as well.
freezing like a bunch of idiots, but the vibes are high here. You can catch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, 844-770-3776. Hope you're enjoying all the basketball thus far. I know I have. Now, here's the thing, guys. I was in a very bad place before the show.
Why is that, Ben?
Well, not a bad place. I was gonna legitimately say I'm shook. I was like, I'm shook. I got a text message from my girlfriend. She had texted Jen Latta, host of 94.5 ESPN's Jen, Gabe, and Shuey. You see her on ESPN National, ESPN College Game Day on Saturdays during football season. She was a cheerleader at Marquette.
Oh, yes, she was.
And one of the things about Jen, before I, troll some more, I guess, is she's been unbelievably incredible in terms of like handing down cute swimsuits that her daughters can't wear anymore. And she brought a gift basket. The gift basket was amazing, but there was one thing in the gift basket that I knew was there to ruffle my feathers. It was a Marquette cheerleading outfit for a newborn. Ooh. So I receive a text from my girlfriend, and it is really tough to see my 8-week-old daughter in a Marquette cheerleading outfit. But you know what cures all that is knowing that if Western Kentucky wins this game, she's never going to want to even look at that ever again. She's never going to wear that ever again. That's not going to be passed down to everyone again, unless it's a good luck charm to see Marquette do what they always do in the first round of the tournament.
I mean, you can use this, Ben. If they do indeed lose today, it'll be one of two things. It'll either, imprint onto your daughter of, forever to not be a Marquette fan or a Marquette future graduate, because this is clearly bad luck.
Pay no private school.
Oh, wait a minute. I was a bad parent yesterday telling my kid where they can go.
Or it'll ensure that she just never wears it again, because it will have brought on bad luck for the Marquette fans. But she's worn Wisconsin stuff at this point, right, Ben?
I don't have any Wisconsin gear.
Oh, man.
The poor baby girl, all she had was the choice to wear Marquette. But here's the thing. I love how the world works. I'm telling you.
All right, everyone sit back, relax, and let Kyle
universe is so perfect.
Life lessons
No,
here.
the universe is so perfect because earlier this week Ben was talking trash about his future parent-in-laws touching the heat, touching the air in the house, touching the thermostat. And then Ben, after that, talked yesterday about how he's transformed his baby mama into a Badger fan. She doesn't even care about basketball. She doesn't even care about Marquette like that anymore. And then the universe brings us this. On the day that Marquette is playing in the tournament, after talking all this trash about Marquette, your child is dressed in a Marquette cheer suit. I love how the universe works. And also, shout out to Jen. You know how slick she is? She's real sneaky. Jen made a bet with Ben. If Wisconsin were to beat Marquette, or Marquette beat Wisconsin, Ben was going to have to put on a cheer suit.
I was, and I was going to stand out in the winter cold, and I was going to serve my punishment.
You were, but here's the thing. She said regardless, win or lose for Marquette, she was going to make sure a Brust had on a cheer suit come tournament time. And she put a Brust in a cheer suit, and it was your daughter.
So you think
brilliant.
the universe is just, Kyle?
I sure do. You shouldn't have been talking crazy about touching the thermostat.
What would make the universe not just in the situation and unjust, I guess, whatever the right verbiage is. I love this day. I think it's fun. This is all fun to me. This isn't that serious, but in a weird way, it also kind of is to everyone.
Yeah,
that it elevates, and maybe it's maybe it is. This is really real. What would be unjust is if Western Kentucky does win this. Because if they do win this, I hold every single card. I have the royal flush. like if the Badgers lose, it literally does not matter. I still win in the Wisconsin Marquette world of trolling.
Yeah, you do. I mean, a Marquette loss, it covers it all up. It really does, because that goes back to where the root of this is. The Marquette fans are just, they do something that just, the emotional roller coaster ride that they go on, it's so extreme. And they won't even be able to enjoy a Wisconsin loss because it would just be so painful. I know I'd be enjoying.
And you know, part of this as well, guys, is I was listening to Brian D., content director, 94.5 ESPN. Alex Strofe, host of Mr. Irrelevant, which you can hear on YouTube, and he fills in for a lot of different shows across 100.5 ESPN Madison. You saw NC State, the 11 seed, win. You saw Oakland, the 14 seed, win. The game's not over for Marquette. But if they were to lose this, with the Sweet 16 game guaranteed being a double-digit seed to come out that they would play,
tough.
That makes it even tougher. So that's what I'm saying. If they lose, the royal flush, I'm telling you, is a real thing. I'm holding ace-king pocket pair, or not pocket, ace-king suited right now, and I flopped the nuts. I flopped it. It's when you get the ace-king, and then you get the queen, the jack, and the 10 all in the same suit. You don't even have to wait for the river and the turn.
You know what I find interesting, though, and I love you both. You guys are great guys. We're becoming brothers, like brothers, the best buds anyone can ever have. But this talk about if Marquette loses today, you're okay with Wisconsin lose? That's all I heard from you guys. It's like, well, you know, it doesn't.
I'm saying we're playing with house money.
We're not playing with house money.
We don't want it.
I feel like I'm the only real fan here. I know you played for the team, so it's different. I know you played football, and so you're a jock in that way. But let me tell y'all, a real Badger fan, I don't care if Marquette loses or wins today. If Wisconsin loses to James Madison tonight, that is going to destroy my weekend. So I don't even want y'all putting that energy in the air. What did Jason Willie tell us earlier this week? We are above that. You're not acting above that by allowing a Marquette victory to mask the disappointment of a loss from Wisconsin.
But it's purely in the trash-talking duel that Wisconsin and Marquette fans have, right? So if in that arena, if they were to lose, it doesn't matter what Wisconsin
Who
does.
cares about trash talking if both your teams is out?
It happens all year. It happens all year.
That is a good point.
That you have in your pocket for a long time. It's like depositing in your bank
you
account.
guys lost to a 15 seed. Well, you lost to a 12 seed. No, don't.
Yeah, 12-5 is way more common than
I'm not a
2-15.
loser. I'm not sitting. You guys sound like Bears fans. I don't sit here and take pride in losing. Oh, you lost to a 2 seed.
I'm not going to lie. This has been quite the spin zone argument for our Marquette fan.
It's not even a spin zone. I'm saying I can't believe I'm listening to you guys talk about a Marquette loss would make Wisconsin losing okay in your mind. It gives you bragging
I will
rights.
admit.
There's no bragging. Wisconsin, Coach Gard ain't talking about we're worried about what Marquette does. No, Coach Gard is focused on winning the day against James Madison.
It's good to have the Badger fan Kyle back. It's good to have that in the soul.
Well,
see, you know what? This is
somewhere.
real. This is actually real right now, hearing from Kyle. Hearing him talk, like, he likes Shaka the person. He roots for Marquette here.
Mr. Milwaukee.
But
He's
in
the 4-4.
terms of where his heart is, it was great to hear where his energy truly is.
I don't like loser talking. You guys are talking loser talk. We ain't going to find positivity in losing in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
But this is like if the Packers and the Bears don't both make the playoffs, but the Bears have a worse record. It feels like, okay, you know, I want the Packers to go further, but I have some consolidated feeling of like, you know what, at least we're not as bad as the Bears.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's a very real thing.
When you
played
at Wisconsin, were you excited if you guys won more games than Northwestern?
It makes you feel a little better.
Oh, come on now. What is this?
It's more like Minnesota.
How am I the most unathletic person here? Obviously,
You're
I got
a fan.
My goodness.
You don't know how to look
Because
through it through a realistic lens because you're so emotional.
The hatred of the rivalry does things to your brain and your heart. That's a fact.
844-770-3776.
This is why I don't have any championships to celebrate, because this is the mentality you went into the Rose Bowl and you went into the Final Four with. I bet after Harrison hit the shot, you're like, oh well. Well, we tried, guys. We made it further.
Don't make me punch you
Wow.
like
we made it further than Marquette
I punched glass, a week later. That's too far.
Well, I'm just saying. Be upset.
You want to know how I feel? I'll
know.
tell you how I feel. Coming up next.
KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I? I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My initials may be BB,
But basketball and Bud Light, those are the two Bs that I'll be enjoying all weekend long. Make sure you enjoy the hoops that are all around us. When you're watching every single game, just know that whether you have a wager, whether you have your bracket in front of you, it will all be better. Win or loss, whatever happens, if you have a Bud Light in your hand. Refreshing, smooth, Bud Light, Ben Brust, buckets, basketball, you name it, we got it. Enjoy it this weekend.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires April 1st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
Cousin Subs was founded in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1972 and has been a member of the Madison community for decades. This year, Cousins has expanded their footprint in the Madison area by opening new locations in Stoughton and Sun Prairie, in addition to existing locations on East Washington Avenue, Monona, and Lodi. Order your favorite subs online or via our app for delivery or pickup. Eat in or grab them to go through our drive-thru for a better sub experience. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
I'm attorney David Gruber. You've heard our slogan thousands of times, but we are much more than just one call. We are one team, one community, one family, and we're the one law firm that can get you the results and compensation you deserve after a serious accident. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to hit the road, tackle the yard, or start a new project, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Crabgrass Preventer with lawn fertilizer, $32.99. All Trico wiper blades, 20% off for rewards members. Save 10% on assorted JMF plumbing supplies. Plus, with Easter just around the corner, get 20% off assorted Easter candy. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Madison area attorneys. 1110 Fourier Drive, Suite 120, Madison, Wisconsin, 53717.
Some people just know bundling with Allstate means big savings. Just like they know the right ingredient means big flavor. They know honey on pizza is where it's at. And olive oil on ice cream is the cherry on top. And they know when you bundle home and auto with Allstate, you can save up to 25%.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
Kyle Brust and Norman live from the 3rd Street Market Hall. I will say this. I'm not going to go in on my guy Wooly Foley, but he has the most Friday energy I've ever seen. I mean, Wooly, you can come on for a sec and just be real with me. There was no bump back music there, or you had us in a different setting, but you can admit it. You are watching basketball right now.
I was not watching basketball. Actually, I am trying to do work. I'm trying to work multiple YouTube streams, actually, Ben. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Hey, you know what you tell him? You tell him, let me produce. You do you, let me do me, all right? Let the producer produce. He out there trying to get all the YouTube streams going.
Like an inmate right now.
Yeah.
You know?
We did talk about yesterday how there's a social contract that everyone is checked out on a day like today. So it's what we should expect.
And it's not a surprise that that Wooly is part of this.
So we might be a cappella today, guys. You'll just have to get used to it, all right?
All good. I'll roll with the punches.
Oh, no, I'll sing when we come back. Don't worry.
Yeah, Kyle's always looking for an opportunity to sing.
Yeah, the audience will love that. What I do want to ask, though, is as we're looking at fans across the 3rd Street Market Hall here.
And one!
Shut your mouth. You are a fraud. And this is perfect because I want to know what the worst type of fan to watch a game with is. The annoying cheer every single play, every single moment, every turnover, every rebound, the overreactor. That is Kyle to a T. You have the doomsday fan, where everything is negative no matter what. You could be up 10. Oh, we're going to blow it. I just know it. Oh, we're just going to blow it. I know it. You have the superstitious fan. You can't sit there. When you sit there, they went on a 5-0 run. You got to sit somewhere else. And feel free to come in with yours. These are 3 that I had wrote down right away. And then there's always the guy who ends up with too many drinks.
I mean, those are all rough fans to watch a game with. I would say there's 2 that I'm going between, but I'm going to land on Doomsday fan. Doomsday fan is the fan that I just, no matter what, oh man, this guy stinks, we're going to lose. Like, I can't take that ongoing negativity. When I'm watching sports, I want to have fun. This is a release. This is something that you can get outside of your daily routine, be able to enjoy yourself. Someone like that sucks the energy out of the room. So someone that's always negative, always complaining, always being overly critical of the players. I'm not a fan of that guy. I cannot watch a game with that guy. But it's a close second to the superstitious, because if you can't get up to go to the bathroom, if you can't take a sip of water, if you got to keep on eating every time they snap the ball or something, that would also get old. But the negativity, none of that in the Nortman household.
Yeah, that doomsday stuff. That's the exact reason why.
That's you. You are that.
I am not doomsday. I am not Mr. Negative.
Or like Mr. Roller Coaster.
No,
that's
I might be
what you are.
That's
it's like
a good
combination of overly
doomsday and overly positive.
See, here's the thing. You watch the game. I like watching a game in peace, for me to be able to do what I want to do, react how I want to react. The reason why I don't like watching around people is because they talk too much, and I do not like negativity. If we have a negative play, as you said, Brad, I don't want to hear people talking about, oh, here we go, it's backwards, we suck. I don't do all that. I don't like that whatsoever. That doomsday fan is the worst fan type of energy to bring around, because they will absolutely bring you down. They are extremely, extremely annoying. Overreactors suck too, but I have a little bit of overreaction in me as well.
Yeah,
but I'm a controlled individual. But Brad, you can't take shots at our superstitious folks, because Tory Lowe is one of our. He's a friend of the show. You hear him every day.
I don't think they're the most annoying. I just think they're flawed.
Yeah, it just wears on you.
It's just like, dude, give it up.
Let them have their process. They've been able to utilize data.
If the Packers
data,
data,
flawed data.
One of our guys, Tory Lowe, who joins us on Tuesdays on 94.5 ESPN, he is a big proponent of the frequency module, he calls it, and that's energy positive towards the Green Bay Packers. He's got a setup in his room, in his house, where he watches the Packer games, a cheese head with different Packers memorabilia around it. And when he talks about the frequency module, right, he's all excited about it. What has the frequency module done for Tory?
It's won him multiple
Heartbreak.
He's won multiple
What's going to happen is going to happen.
Yep.
No superstitions are going to change anything, you dummy superstition.
You know what? If
there.
maybe had I been more superstitious, your team would have went to the Final Four. I remember watching that game too. And maybe if I would have been more superstitious, y'all would have won one of them dang Rose Bowls you went to. There is nothing wrong with having a tradition or something that you follow, every single game day in order to make you feel comfortable to put your team in the best position to win. Do the same things over and over. If your team finds success, keep doing it over
no,
and over.
I disagree
I have no issue with that.
because the overly superstitious, they hold everybody hostage is what they do.
How
they
is
start
that?
dictating, you have to do this, you have to do that.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You are hostage.
No
to the
eating while the play
superstitious.
is going on.
Yeah, and it becomes ludicrous. I mean, I can't even enjoy the moment because the environment is so tough and there's so much, dictating going on by the superstitious. I don't want none of that. You can't tell me what to do. And those, I mean, come on. The superstitions, some of them are so silly, wearing the same shirt, can't go up to go to the bathroom. Oh, you got to sit there, you can't sit there. That's just adding more stress to the whole environment.
And another fan, even though I highly disagree, the other fan that I do not like whatsoever, I don't think you had this on the list, it's the casual fans who don't really care too much about the game. And so they're there just for a good time. That is one thing that annoys the heck out of me. That's why I don't like going to big parties with people, because when I am going to watch the Packer game, I'm going to watch the Packer game. I'm not there for the food. I'm not there for the drinks. I am there for the Green Bay Packers and to cheer them on. So the most annoying thing is when people are not paying attention to the game, walking in front of the TV, doing a lot of talking. Nah, not my thing whatsoever. Those casual fans who just go with the wind, like I am for Marquette, not the best fan.
Yeah, doing a lot of talking during the game, someone that's not very engaged, that is a brutal fan. How about this fan, though? The fan that's like very beginner level and asks all the time what's happening. What happened there? Why'd they throw a flag? Like just nonstop questions to try to understand the game. I feel like the heart's in the right place, but man, oh man, that would wear on me too. 3 hours, imagine, of a Packer game.
Yeah,
Who's that? Why are they downfield? Why is they? How much points do you get for scoring a touchdown?
Yeah.
That would be horrible.
844-770-3776. What type of fan is the worst to watch a game with? The overly negative, the overreactor, the superstitious fan, the guy who ends up overserved every time you go watch a game with him. To me, it's always the doomsday fan. And I want to go to Ryan Wollersheim, trying to figure out 2 YouTube streams back at the Everlake Solar ESPN Madison studios. Do you have an answer to this?
The Doomsday fan. I can't stand him. There's currently one in the ESPN Madison offices here, Hunter Vaughn. He's a diehard Marquette fan. He's not even in the same room as me. I've been hearing him over you for the entire Marquette game so far, Ben. I can hear him 2 rooms away.
But that's what happens when your team fails you year after year. The negativity creeps in. A lot of Marquette fans are doomsday fans because of the fact that they've used past history, they've used past heartbreak to dictate how they feel during these moments and during these times.
I guess when you've been hurt so many times in the same way, that's just what you come to expect. It starts to be almost like you just hit the click button and hit it play, and you're going to go through the same emotions all over again.
Here we go.
844-770-3776. Again, 844-770-ESPN. Brad, I want you to tell us about our great folks at Carbliss.
That's right, because our friends at Carbliss, man, they're always serving me my favorite beverage. That's because that's the only thing I go to when we're looking to have an enjoyable time, kick back, relax. It's Friday, baby. That means I'm going down to the Nortman fridge. I'm going to go get me a Carbliss, and I'm going to sit back and enjoy it because the flavor is just so good. Right now I've been getting into the classic cocktails like Mojito, Moscow Mule, and Strawberry Margarita. It's hitting just so good on a day like today. It's like the bartender is making it right in front of you. And there's plenty of fruit options because spring and summer is right along the way, like lemon, lime, and cranberry, and black cherry. So many good flavors. But here's what I love about it. I don't feel any guilt when I drink them. I woke up this morning, I got a workout in, I had my oatmeal, I had a healthy lunch, and guess what? I want to keep that going into the evening. I don't want to feel bad when I drink, and that is why Carbliss solves that for me. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories per can, less carbonation, that means less bloat. Carbliss has everything I'm looking for. The secret is officially out. Carbliss has taken the Midwest, the world by storm. It's taken my heart by storm. That's why I'm going to be drinking some tonight. Find out why less is more. Find them online and at retailers near you.
The presenting sponsor of the TA Live Show tonight at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. TALiveshow.com for tickets to see Giannis Antanasis live in person. We'll be back with more Kyle, Brust, and Nortman in the KBN Academy next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl? Yeah. And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? SafeStep walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. SafeStep walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. SafeStep walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. SafeStep walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman live from the 3rd Street Market Hall, hanging out with you until 5 o'clock on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Ryan Wollersheim doing his best to pretend like he's not checking out, even though he really is. You're with us till 5, right? You're not trading out the producer role with anybody?
I wish I was, Ben, but Riley Young turned me down.
This is the problem with society. This is the problem right here with society. Openly knowing that their manager, Jesse Nelson, won't hold them accountable to actually doing their job, so they can go over the air and say they wish they weren't getting an opportunity to be on air in Madison and Milwaukee when Marquette gets done. That's below the line stuff, Wooly.
What gen are you? What generation?
What gen? I'm Gen. Go home at 4:30 each day. Whatever gen that is.
Hey, you know what? At least they speak their mind. They said,
I'm Gen. Go home at 4:30 every day.
Wow. You
come up with that yourself?
I did. Yeah, well, I mean, Matt Hamilton does it every day from 4 to 6 on ESPN Madison. So, I mean, I figure I might as well check out, too.
Oh, wow. Shots fired. Man, he's stressed. He's got a rough day. He thought he was going to get an off day today, too. But nope, he's got to work with us.
All right, let's see how he prepared the KBN Academy for us. That's Ryan Wollersheim on the show.
Oh, poorly, Ben. Give me 1 second.
Oh, man.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, you really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
It is the KBN Academy where I'm going to go as quick as possible so Ryan has to ask us questions because he's not prepared. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman, Kyle Walsh. We're your professors. We got to give an A or an F to these questions. Wooly prepared. There's no B, C's, or D's or anywhere else in between. Ryan Wollersheim, go.
Yeah, well, I've been given an F performance today, but Nate Gulke apparently put up 32 points last night as 14-seeded Oakland beat 3-seed Kentucky. A or F, do you like March Madness upsets, guys?
Go ahead, Brad.
I'm actually going to go with an F. I don't like March Madness upsets. I want to see the best possible matchups in the Elite Eight, the Final Four, and the National Championship, even the Sweet 16. So look, if there's going to be 1 or 2 in the early rounds, fine. That's okay. A nice story is good. But I don't want to see a 12 seed, a 14 seed all the way in the Elite Eight. That waters it down for me. Give me the blue bloods. Give me the high seeds. I want the best possible matchups later in the tournament. So I'm actually against Cinderella stories. That's my opinion.
Oh, Brad.
Anti-Cinderella.
Brad, that is so not Brad. Brad, usually you like the
but
good
I want
story.
good matchups.
Oh, we want good matchups, but we love the Cinderella stories. We love the Fairleigh Dickinson. We love St. Pete's. Everybody was talking about the Peacocks. We love when Illinois, Chicago, the Ramblers, and the old
lady,
the old nun. I don't remember her name.
You love the story so much you don't even remember Sister Jean's
Sister
name.
Jean was like 99 years old. Those are the stories. That is the pageantry. That is why we love watching this tournament, is because you see these kids get the opportunity to do exactly what Oakland University did yesterday. They upset the big blue-blooded Kentucky yesterday, and so this is what is
blue-blooded Kentucky.
Isn't that Big Blues, Big Bloods, whatever?
Well, Big Blue Nation, and then you did Big Blue-blooded Kentucky.
But listen, that is what it's all about. That's what the tournament's about. It's about watching those small schools upset the big-time schools and celebrate and have Cinderella runs. That's what we love about this tournament.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kyle here, but Brad, you hinted at it. I think the best part of the tournament is the upsets early, but the best part is as well, even if there is a Cinderella story, 99% of the time they're out by the Elite Eight. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get the best teams at the end, right? Yep. Like, there's always an anomaly sometimes. Like, even when Syracuse made a run to the Final Four as 11 seed, like, it was still like at least a Syracuse. It wasn't like VCU when Shaka made that run, but those teams were actually fun. I like the upsets early, first 2 rounds, and then the better teams as you go on. And it usually does even itself out. And if you are going to be the Sister Jean of Loyola, at least be entertaining, and I think they were.
All right, guys, next one I got for you. Happy Gilmore 2 was trending on X today amid reports that there might be a sequel coming from Adam Sandler. A or F, a Happy Gilmore sequel is a must-watch. Ben, I think I know your answer.
F. I love Adam Sandler, 1990, late 90s, early 2000s, Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Mr. Deeds, you name it, that time frame Big Daddy, that Adam Sandler.
That's what she called.
That is...
Hey.
Well, he's not going to have any drops. He's not paying attention. My favorite Adam Sandler is that. No 30-year later remake that's a comedy is worth watching. Like, the only thing that I can find that was made 30 years later that was good is Top Gun Maverick. Like, but I still like the original over Top Gun Maverick. but it was not a comedy. They just made it so nostalgic and like the storyline, the plot was good that I enjoyed it. But it will never be what Maverick and Goose and everything that the original was.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This is an F. 9 out of 10 sequels, particularly comedy sequels, never live up to it, especially when there's such a wide gap. If you're going to do a sequel, do it like right away. Well, like Ace Ventura was a hit, and you did Ace Ventura 2 right away. You have to keep on rolling with the momentum. It's such an iconic movie, Happy Gilmore, that you're going to try to resurrect it 30 years later. It almost never works out. It doesn't water down the initial one, but it just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth that it wasn't broken. Don't go fix it. Try to be more original than just to keep it going. So to me, give me an F. I'll probably watch it, but I'll probably regret watching it.
Oh, here's the thing. You guys are probably going to watch. I've never seen the first one, so I could care less about watching.
Why are you shocked? Kyle has
no movies.
I've seen movies, but Happy Gilmore, I was into Tiger Woods as a kid. I wasn't into golf like that. I've seen.
It's not about golf.
Yeah, it's hardly a golf movie.
I don't know. I've seen the other movie, Waterboy, because it's about football. But who doesn't?
Oh my gosh!
Who doesn't?
Have you seen Billy Madison?
No, I don't. What is that? What is that even about?
So that's a good question. Is Waterboy about football? Is Happy Gilmore about golf? And is Billy Madison about academics?
Wait a minute. Waterboy is about football. The whole point of that movie is about football.
It's not a football movie.
Yes, it is a football. Waterboy is a football movie.
Remember the Titans?
It's
not a football movie.
Waterboy is a
We'll see how
football
checked
movie.
out ESPN Wisconsin is today. Does anybody out there have access to KBN ESPN on Twitter? Is Waterboy a football movie? Put it on Twitter at KBN
The whole point of the movie, he's a water boy for football. He was being made fun of.
No, it's about him becoming a man.
No, it's not. It's a football movie.
And belonging with a group of people.
Yeah.
Well, listen, fellas. Y'all might have thought about
we
that.
are introspective.
No, as a little 10-year-old me.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah, Waterboy is deep.
Waterboy.
It's not just about a hard-hitting man.
Waterboy is a football movie. He's literally a football movie. I don't know what y'all talking about.
It's not like Rudy and, remember the Titans. That's not
or
that kind of
Friday
football.
Night Lights.
Yeah, those are football movies. It's a comedy.
I can't wait till we put this on the poll. That is a football movie. It is a comedy, but it's a football movie. But as I was saying,
844-770-3776 is Waterboy a football movie? 844-770-ESPN.
So as I was saying, I love a good sequel. And think about this. Movies that wait a little bit. You guys remember Bad Boys 2? We couldn't wait till Bad Boys 3 came out. And when it came out, it did not miss. I love watching sequels. I love when they come back after there's been some type of gap. So I say this, even though I haven't seen Happy Gilmore, the first one, I think all the fans should be happy to have that moment of nostalgia of being able to recreate a lot of those great movies and memories that they had. So yes, I'm an A for this. It's an A. But I'm not going to watch it, but it's an A for actually doing it.
But don't you think that action movie sequels are easier to pull off than comedy? Like, what's a good comedy movie that's made a sequel over a long period of time? It was.
I just told you. Bad Boys is. I guess it's a comedy in that. Rush Hour. I would love a Rush Hour 4.
Okay.
Rush Hour 2 was my favorite of the Rush Hour.
But they did those back to back. It was primarily action.
Rush Hour 3 was a little bit of time, but Rush Hour 4, you take it, you watch it.
I'd watch it, but I wouldn't enjoy it.
Oh, I would enjoy all the sequels. I don't mind.
An even fatter Chris Tucker.
Sure,
Dang.
I'll take it.
Jackie Chan's still doing stunts.
I'll absolutely take it. Just keep them coming. I love when they make sequels.
Jackie, kick the door. Jackie, kick it. His name is Lee, damn it.
Those movies are incredible, though. I'll give you that.
Vacation with Ed Helms. Was a decent, 15-year gap comedy.
Do you have the opportunity to get somebody to get that on our Twitter poll?
I think I can collaborate with Ashton on that one, but he's still sending me KBN questions. So the last one for us, guys.
Oh, my gosh, somebody's doing your work for you.
The G League Ignite will not be coming back to the NBA's developmental league next season with the reason of NIL being cited by the NBA. ARF, do you think this means the NBA might change their draft rules and allow high schoolers once again?
I'm gonna go with F. I think it's just I think they just know they can't compete with what these, or don't want to compete with what the schools and the donors are willing to put up for their alma mater to get good players, right? So the G League can be funded by the NBA, but the NBA is saying to themselves, why would we grow a product and spend a lot of money to get players and compete with people that are going to outbid us because they're crazy and they love their alma mater so much, and it's just a feeder league for us. So to me, it doesn't make sense for the NBA to compete and deal with NIL and the complications of that. I guess high school kids, if they're good enough, could leave and make more money than NIL, but I tell you what, I would love to ask you, Brad, NIL or going to the NFL early, and I know it's not comparable because you have to play 2 years in the NFL, but if you could get there earlier, would you, and you were going to make, I don't know, $2 million more in the NFL, or you could be in college and still make millions, but have that college experience, like, what would you choose?
It'd be hard to leave college early, for me personally, because I loved my college experience, and like if as a
throw
punter,
your experience out of it. Take it from a business
purely
standpoint.
financial.
Oh, business,
well,
that's easy.
No, not even business, but like when I say business, like put yourself in like, you don't know what your college experience is going to be. You know you're being recruited. You know you're good. You know you can have a college career and a college experience that's fun, or you can go to the NFL right away and miss out on college, make a little bit more money, but you're missing out on college.
I'd probably go to college. I probably still would. Now, the only temptation is
Kyle's
to go
like,
earlier.
give me the damn money.
Well, it depends on how much we're talking. If I'm making $100,000 in NIL, but are making $1 million in the NFL, then of course I'm going to the NFL. But if it's comparable, if it's somewhere close in the same stratosphere, I'd go to college to get that experience and be able to do that.
I mean, it's the NFL, so of course the NFL is going to pay more. Here's the thing. You can be an 18-year-old kid, and guess what you have, Brad? You have your little whack friends that beat me in high school. You could go party with them in your offseason on the college campus. You can still get the college experience without having to take the classes, Brad. You don't need the classes when you're already getting paid money. But MLB baseball kids do it all the time. These kids get drafted, they go to the pros, but then they'll go kick it and party on college campuses.
But what happens when you go to the pros and it doesn't go how you think and they wash you out? Because there's a lot more loyalty in college. There's a lot more safety in college than there is in the NFL. You could go there. You better start performing right now to be able to stay in the NFL.
I'll take my $10 million career earnings and go ahead and take myself state to Marquette University or the University of Wisconsin-Madison to get my degree after.
Yeah, you're not as wise as many people, though.
You mean I'm not as wise?
When you have that money, you would use it all.
Oh no! Oh, y'all know me. Y'all know I wouldn't. I would be so. If anybody gave me $1 million for free, I will watch your money multiply. I would just invest it in so many different things.
I don't know, Kyle. Kyle, you got a chain problem.
I'm about to change now, but I would invest a lot of money now. Y'all know I love me a good investment. Me and Brad over here.
Yeah, we do.
Love a good
investment. We love
investment.
a deal. We love an investment.
I sure do love a deal and an investment.
Willie, what about you? If you had $1 million in college to go play or $2 million to go in the NFL, what would you do?
Football!
Give me the NFL.
Yeah, you sound pretty boring, like you wouldn't enjoy college. More KBN next.
Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Craig Counsell bobblehead that was given away, and we, just did a nice, I don't know, soliloquy? Is that the right word?
Yeah, like a montage?
Like a Virgil.
Vigil.
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 A vigil. We did a vigil.
Vigil. On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. ESPN NFL draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. was on Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin earlier this week and discussed his difficulty in assessing now former Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen ahead of the 2024 NFL draft.
Allen, I haven't figured out. And a lot of these guys, hey, you'll be right on some, you'll be wrong on others, but at least you have an idea, right? You have a strong conviction on those guys. I haven't been able to figure out Braylon Allen.
Find the full conversation with Mel Kiper Jr. on Wilde and Tausch, available wherever you get your podcast and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Get no interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Don't wait. You have to order by March 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey everybody, this is Greenie, and this message is for all of you home improvement DIYers out there. Sherwin-Williams is running the play of the season with their March spring sale. Get 35% off all paints and stains March 15th through the 25th. We're talking every color, folks. They still haven't made a Jets green for me, but their Shamrock shade is pretty darn close. That's 35% off paints and stains March 15th through the 25th. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
You're going to feel a puff of air.
Zhang's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Cousin Subs was founded in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1972 and has been a member of the Madison community for decades. This year, Cousins has expanded their footprint in the Madison area by opening new locations in Stoughton and Sun Prairie, in addition to existing locations on East Washington Avenue, Monona, and Lodi. Order your favorite subs online or via our app for delivery or pickup. Eat in or grab them to go through our drive-thru for a better sub experience. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Ben Brust here from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman to tell you about the newest great thing on the market, and that is Hoop Tea. It's the newest tea on the market, and when I mean that it's the newest and best, it was born on the boardwalk of Ocean City, Maryland, and enjoyed now right here in Madison, Wisconsin. With flavors like an original spiked tea. You have peach, you have mango, you have watermelon. Hoop Tea will make you feeling great with whatever flavor fits your profile. Hoop Tea. Enjoy the hoops on the screen and hoops in your hand. HoopTea.com.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org. Because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Come see Thanalysis live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel on Friday, March 22nd.
Hey, welcome to another Thanalysis show. And we do have coming on today's podcast.
Be there for the first ever live show for Thanasis as he's joined by his brother, none other than the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I took off my shoes and I was like, go crazy, go hoop. That's all it was.
Stay tuned for info. Tickets are on sale soon. Thanalysis live at Potawatomi Casino Hotel on Friday, March 22nd.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
Time is on slipping into the future. So I will fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, make my spirit carry me. I wanna fly.
Oh boy, it might be spring break time, but snow is falling outside. It was all morning. That's why you have to make sure your windows and doors are protecting your home. Look no further than Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Finally, an opportunity for you to take that step. You know you've been thinking about it. You've been looking at those windows. You've been looking at those doors. You've been thinking to yourself, oh, I need to get those fixed. This is a reminder today, weather like this, that you need to finally take that step and replace those windows and doors with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Revitalize your house, lower your energy costs, and increase your home's value. They do all of that and more, and now is the time to finally take that step, because Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, they're offering this deal. I can't wrap my head around it. I'm a former finance guy. How can they offer 0% for up to 3 years with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? That is a deal that you can get your Pella now and pay later for 3 years, which you have to order by March 31st. By March 31st, 0% interest for up to 3 years. Set your free consultation at PellaWI.com.
Well, I thought we were going to do something else, but I can't not do it. So we're live from the 3rd Street Market Hall. That's really loud, Kyle.
Buc-ee's,
we can hear
baby.
other people clapping.
Very loud.
You are just obnoxious. You're worse than the Marquette fans.
Buc-ee's, baby.
I'm getting people turning over to me and saying, I can't hear you. And it just like, to see the insecurity from the first half to being up 10 points against Western Kentucky and to act like they're going to the Final Four is the best thing in my life. Like, that's where I said I would win the Royal Flush, right? I was holding Ace King, Jack Queen 10, all same suit, holding the Ace King, flopped the Royal Flush, because seeing the emotional roller coaster of these fans reminds me that I don't even know why I'm friends with one of them.
It's a strong take. I mean, I agree with you, though. I'd rather see them be a little bit harder on their team and saying, like, okay, we got it, but we got to be way better than that.
Yeah, they should be like, they shouldn't be like overly cheering. It should be like, all right. Like, it should be like, this is what we came here to do.
Yeah.
You can tell they're unfamiliar with winning based off the way that they're actually acting right now in the third street market.
Let those Golden Eagles be relieved. Let them celebrate. And like I was telling them during break, that was good because you know what? Adversity builds character, and that's exactly what Shaka Smart told those boys at half. So I'm glad Marquette
were you in the
was down
locker
a little
room?
bit.
Because I know you love him.
Shot him a text.
I'm glad that the faithful Golden Eagle fans had to deal with a little bit of, the team being down and nervousness, because this should give them the confidence that regardless of when their backs are against the wall, when they're down, when they're not supposed to be down in a game, they are never out. So shout out to the Golden Eagles for about to make sure they're moving on to the next round.
On Twitter, at KBN ESPN, is The Waterboy a football movie? Wow.
I don't know what's wild about. It's a football movie.
Brad, go vote. We gotta help the nerds.
I already voted.
He's one
I gotta log into my 10 burner accounts.
I told y'all it's a football movie. I don't know why y'all don't think it's a football movie. The premise of the movie is
Hold on. Is Dumb and Dumber a love movie? I mean, because he goes and pursues the Mary and all that kind of stuff.
Is Borat a love movie?
The character development happened. It happened on the football field. Him getting upset, him getting angry, him getting mad. Water boy.
No, it's not how it goes.
Water
sucks.
Oh.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, water sucks. It really, really sucks.
I do recall, but what did he do after you said that? He rammed somebody into the water table. He rammed somebody into the ground. When they talked about his mama, he rammed somebody into the ground as well.
Well, no, that's when he got the interception and found number 52, and he said 52. There you are. Like, that's not a football movie. He's literally giving the ball to the other team.
Yeah,
it is a football movie. I'm telling y'all.
84% agree with Kyle and say it's a football movie.
You know what? This has been quite the week because I tell you, I know I'm right a lot, but boy, oh boy, I've been educating y'all, schooling y'all all week long. I hope y'all enjoy being learned by Kyle Wallace all week long.
Kyle, you have been painfully correct on a lot of things.
Thank you. What are you doing?
Or at least hold on. At least the public is agreeing with you. I'm not sure that it's always a good thing, but
Wally, please mark that. Kyle, you have been painfully correct all week long. Thank you. That's all I like to hear. But I told you, this is a football movie.
If you think Wooly is going to mark something that's going to live in existence, you don't know Ryan Wollersheim watching basketball right now.
He's already counting down the clock to 4:30.
He did say that, even though he has to be here till 5.
I guess I'm going to have to accept the fact that the first day that my baby daughter wore a Marquette cheerleading outfit, courtesy of Jen Latta of 94.5 ESPN's Jem, Gabe, and Chewy, the Marquette Golden Eagles are going to beat the 15-seed Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. And if I'm doing this as a reverse jinx or a jinx, I'm trying to do that right now because there's 3 minutes left. They're down 11. Let's see if they can come back.
Hey, man, just start saving up. Start saving up for that Marquette education.
Oh, man.
The baby
Don't
girl
put that on them.
is already in her. Her dad didn't buy her a little cheerleading.
I moved from Illinois to Wisconsin because I liked Wisconsin. I want to make it home. Taxes are less, and the public school education that I got it with the University of Wisconsin is way cheaper than those preppy, stuck-up Marquette grads.
Well, unfortunately, you won't be able to find out because your daughter's going to be going to Marquette.
If she approaches you,
if she's my daughter, she ain't going to be able to get in there with her brain.
Dang!
Wow.
Dang! That baby ain't got a chance already. She's been around for 6 weeks, and you ain't understand she ain't got the grade.
You better start looking low, darling.
My goodness, what does that say about your baby mama?
We better get the ACT tutor in there ASAP.
Yep.
Oh,
bypass college completely.
My goodness. Shots fired at baby girl.
Poor girl. Low expectations, I guess. I mean,
baby, that D, that's okay. You're a Brust. That's okay.
You're trying.
D's get degrees, baby. I can tell you from experience.
We'll
be back in 2 minutes. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
It's time for Mad March savings at Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a 2023 Ford F-150 at just 1.9% APR financing for 66 months. $15.97 per 1,000 borrowed. Deal available to qualified credit. Offers on the 2023 Ford Bronco Sport includes 0% APR financing for 66 months. The buzzer will sound on these deals at the end of March, so hurry in to Metro Ford of Madison today. And always browse their inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by basketball. Yes, the madness has commenced, and Marquette looks like they're going to be dancing their way into the round of 32 as they are currently up 80-67 over 15 seed Western Kentucky with about 2.5 minutes left in that game. Meanwhile, the Wisconsin Badgers also in action tonight in the South region. They're the 5 seed taking on number 12 seed James Madison. That game slated to tip off at 8:40 p.m. You want to tune in tonight at 6 p.m. as across ESPN Wisconsin, College Game Night with Alex Strofe and Brian D. will be broadcasting live remote from the 3rd Street Market Hall. They'll be recapping the Marquette win and then also previewing Wisconsin's game against the Dukes. Catch that one right here on 100.5 ESPN from 6 to 7 p.m. Also in basketball in the state of Wisconsin tonight, yesterday actually, the Milwaukee Bucks got a 115-108 win versus the Brooklyn Nets. Giannis, back from a 2-game absence with a hamstring injury, dropped 21, 9, and 5. They all start looking in all-star form in the second hour of KBN starting right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, this is Kyle Brust and Nordman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust Norman live from the 3rd Street Market Hall at 100.5 ESPN. Marquette taking care of Western Kentucky. Congrats to them for finally remembering what it's like to win after the first half. They saw their life flash before their eyes. Kyle Wallace just pulled one of the most egregious things I've ever seen in my life.
What did I do?
I know people have told you that you're doing a good job this week. I know that Brad just said you've been right a lot. But I think you need to calm down, and we are putting you on the rule of do not speak unless spoken to.
Oh wow.
Whoa. Okay. I ain't baby Brust.
You remind me a lot of my daughter. Doing a lot of future talking back. So Kyle, before, like literally milliseconds before we were going to come back from break, says, my tummy's not doing well, I got a toot. And
a grown man.
A grown man.
Says it.
What? My tummy's not doing well, I have to toot. That phrase in itself I was taken aback by. And then we're in the middle of like 100 to 200 people, event space with 50 TVs, and he sticks his butt out where the walkway is for people by the bar, and he just rips butt.
And there's a restaurant right on the other side of that wall.
There's a pizza place.
There's a pizza place.
It'll mix in with the smell. First and foremost, y'all should be saying thank you, Kyle.
No. What you should do.
Thank you for speaking up and not tooting in front of us or right next to us so we have to smell it. Thank you for considering our nostrils right as we get ready to go back to work.
I still smell it wearing on
you. You a lie. You a lie, okay? You know what? Next time, I'm just going to let it rip. I'm just going to let it rip right here. Instead of trying to be a polite individual and think about you all, I'm just going to sit here and fart. And when y'all say, what is that smell? I'm like, oh, yeah, what is that?
Is that what is socially right to do? Should you warn people that you're about to fart and try to, like, move in a different direction?
What he should have done is, hey, guys, I'm going to step away for 2 minutes to make sure, like, I'm good. I got like – that's it.
So you cover
Brad,
it up. You cover up.
We could have been on the show. I could have brought it in. Brad Nortman, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, seeing some old friends from Whitefish Bay High School.
I did.
Exactly.
But I didn't step away. I don't step away. I'm right here. I'm here for KBN Nation. I'm not like y'all.
It's easy to cover it up. You could even just say, I've been sitting for the last hour. I got to get up and walk around.
You know what?
I got to
tell the people about the Princeton Club real quick.
Yeah.
People aren't going to know Kyle's gone.
Yep.
Unless you're watching him be fraudulent on YouTube.
If y'all smell something right now, don't say nothing to me. I just want y'all to know that. Don't say nothing to me.
So I do want to go to the Green Bay Packers because I don't think we talked about this enough yesterday. I thought it was a really interesting conversation. As it comes to the defense and offense, right, we put out the question, and I'm going to actually revisit the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN. I'm a little bit shocked by the results of this because we want to know if the Packers are going to be Super Bowl contenders next year. Do they need to have an elite Jordan Love or an elite defense? And Brad, refresh KBN Nation your stance because I'm on your side, so you can speak for me, and will Kyle speak for himself, and I'll get to the polls.
Yeah, my stance is they need an elite defense. It has always been the thing historically for the Green Bay Packers as to why they don't get to that summit. It's always been a defensive failure. It's always been that the offense is always leading the charge and the defense is just hanging on for dear life. In fact, it has been the reason why Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, you went back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks for 30 years. The only time they actually won a Super Bowl or even got to a Super Bowl is because, in part, because they had an elite defense. So to me, as I'm looking at it, elite quarterback play by Jordan Love, that would be outstanding. Don't get me wrong. When you have the MVP-type candidate season, that helps you go a long way. But at some point, usually in the playoffs, the defense needs to take that step forward. They need to be reliable. The offense you can't always rely on. You can almost always rely on an elite defense. It has always been the thing that has allowed Green Bay to capture that Super Bowl championship. That is an elite defense, so sign me up for that.
Yeah, here's the thing.
For the Packers to be a Super Bowl contender this season, what needs to be more elite? The play of Jordan Love or the play of the defense? And before Kyle answers, since he's just right every single day of his life, KBN Nation's not with them. The defense leads the way at 68%. Jordan Love, 32%. You argue for the minority, please.
Okay, I'll argue for the minority because here's the thing. We're talking about from a sense of the Green Bay Packers. And the one thing that the Green Bay Packers have is the Green Bay Packers have had elite quarterbacks. And so just having the elite quarterback allows for them to purely be in the conversation about can they be a Super Bowl contending team? Can they be a Super Bowl champion? And, Brad, I'm going to make this real personal for you real quick.
Oh, wow.
When you played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, you had a what? What was your defense?
Elite.
It was an elite defense. Your offense was?
Average.
And what about that quarterback? Was he a franchise quarterback? Was he a journeyman? What was he?
No, I mean he was average.
Okay, so how long have the Jacksonville Jaguars had a window open to be a Super Bowl contender?
Just that season.
Okay, that's my whole point. You need an elite quarterback in order to allow you for the opportunity to build up to a defense that can actually match the level of play that your quarterback has. So, yes, having an elite defense is fantastic. It's great, but those defenses don't always consistently stay there, and it does not equate to Super Bowl championships. And you, for one, know that to exactly be true because even the Carolina Panthers, who had both for a little bit of time, but what happened when Cam Newton got injured and his play went down?
Team struggled.
And that's all I'm saying. An elite defense is great, and you need it. Yes, you need both. But that quarterback gives you an opportunity to be in the conversation each and every year.
As long as we're resurrecting pain, we might as well talk about Super Bowl 50.
Yeah.
For the winning team, the Denver Broncos who won the Super Bowl, Peyton Manning was a liability at quarterback. It wasn't like they were winning ball games because of him. They won that game. They got to the Super Bowl because of an elite defense and the way that defense played, disrupting everything their opponent would do. So I give me the elite defense. It's more consistent. I think it's more scary.
I think what Kyle failed to do in his argument was argue this point about the Green Bay Packers. He brought up Super Bowl 50, and he brought up the AFC Championship with no offense, a random Jaguars team that lost to the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. This is about the way the Packers are built. Do you want an elite Jordan Love or do you want an elite Packer defense? And as it relates to the Packers, Jordan Love can be great, but if the Packers defense is elite, that is better for the Green Bay Packers and their chances to win a Super Bowl because what do we know? As Brad said, the common denominator of the two Super Bowl winning Packer teams is an elite defense. Yes, their quarterback and offenses were great, but they had guys that were playmakers, those field tilters, elite defenses, and the Packers have not sniffed being a true top 10 defense in the league since 2010. So with that, I will continue to argue for the Packers to be real Super Bowl contenders, the defense needs to be elite. Because even when the offense was elite, for 10 games at the end of the season, we had it. We saw it. We had elite Jordan Love. It's going to be hard for Jordan Love to even go back to being as elite as he was for those 10 games. He can maybe be elite over 18 games, have some ups and downs, but what he did was like out of this world for a first-year starter, out of this world for many quarterbacks. So we saw what elite was for Jordan. It got the Packers so far, but you know who didn't touch the quarterback enough in the NFC Championship game? You know who didn't get a sack? You know who didn't get enough turnovers? It was the non-elite defense of the Green Bay Packers that could have helped and not just put it all on the offense.
You know what's ridiculous about this is, first and foremost, to sit here and talk about the 2010 team that went 9-7 and had Aaron Rodgers at quarterback and talk about the defense. Yeah, the defense ended up playing well down the stretch that season. But that team won with the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. I don't want y'all to sit here and tell Green Bay Packers fans to be like, oh, having a good quarterback, that will be the trick. You want an elite defense and a good quarterback. We don't know what that's like. Every time we've won championships, even going back to Bart Starr, because Bart Starr was elite back in his time.
Stop. You lose all credibility when you bring it that
you
far
have
back.
to hear me out, though.
I don't have to, because every time
football is different.
Can we get a buzzer that when Kyle says "hear me out"? Because
the Packers have never.
Brad's segment on Wednesdays.
The Packers have never won a Super Bowl without having an elite quarterback
or defense.
To sit here and talk about the Packers don't need to have an elite quarterback to win a Super Bowl, that is just not.
That's not
true.
what
You are saying you're picking an elite. You're picking an elite defense over an elite quarterback.
I will. Because I'm saying he can be great.
Name the great quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl. That won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years.
Would you say Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson is going to the Hall of Fame. Stop playing with me.
But that's a lot because of the success that he had in the postseason because of the running game
but
and the defense.
Russell Wilson was like an MVP candidate a couple years ago. We're acting like Russell Wilson.
Years ago.
I don't know about that.
He threw for like 40 touchdown passes in the last 5 seasons, didn't he?
I think you're living in 2021.
All I know
right
is when
now.
it comes to the Green Bay Packers, the Packers have had many seasons of elite quarterback play.
That's where I want to live right now. Kyle's talking about everything except the Green Bay Packers and how they have not found success with elite quarterbacks.
Show me a franchise. Show me a franchise with an elite defense that has been dominant and keeps winning championship after championship. Because you know what? Bill Belichick, he's supposed to be a defensive-minded coach.
But fine, let's get rid of the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady left it. Where are they?
You've made enough points. Shut your butt up and let us try and develop this conversation further than you going back to other franchises. If you want to make it about the Green Bay Packers, how many times have they been to the Super Bowl in the last 14 years with elite quarterback play?
And they have had elite quarterback
And so now
play.
I'm just talking about getting to the Super Bowl. You can talk about winning, but at least getting, it would be nice to get there as well, because you can't win without getting there. And they have not done that. Even without elite defenses, they've had elite quarterback play, and that hasn't got them to the Super Bowl, Kyle.
But elite defense does not guarantee anybody to get to a Super Bowl.
It doesn't, but we're also talking about the Packers next year. We know that they're going to have Josh Jacobs, a solid offensive line. Do they need more depth? Yes, but they also have young wide receivers and tight ends that are growing. That doesn't mean Jordan Love has to be elite. It doesn't mean that everything has to be on his shoulder. It means he has to be great. And if you can have an elite defense, that is something that the Packers hadn't have, and maybe they'll get a different result than having to rely on elite quarterback play to have Rodgers say RELAX, relax, or I'm going to run the table, or for Jordan Love to play a 10-game stretch like he did over the last 10 games that was unbelievable. They're relying too much on elite quarterback play to get them to the spot.
Because real quick, you can have a balanced offense, and that would not look like elite quarterback play. If Josh Jacobs gets 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns, and Jordan Love distributes the ball, and elite defense, that is a Super Bowl winning team.
You know why this is so hysterical? Because in Aaron Rodgers' last years as the Green Bay Packers quarterback, the defense played very well in the playoffs. And the Packers,
that's one game. They weren't a good defense.
I'm saying in the playoffs. I believe the last two, well, for sure against San Francisco. And when Aaron Rodgers did not play well, he didn't play at an elite level, and your defense played fantastic, and your offense looked average. Did the Packers win because their defense was able to hold the 49ers to one touchdown?
But in the same way.
No, answer the question.
No, shut up and let Brad, who played in the NFL. You are too. I'm going to knock him out for just being disrespectful to Brad.
He's taking that the fact that his baby had on Marquette gear out on me.
I think
don't take that anger out on me.
You don't take that out on me. You can't be disrespectful to Brad. You're cutting him off like you played in the NFL and know what you're talking about. You're just a fan who blows with the wind. If the Packers drafted 10 punters, you would praise Goody.
I'd praise Goody too. But do you remember, though, when the Packers played against the Falcons in the playoffs? I mean, it was the defense that got utterly eviscerated. During Rodgers' prime, between like 13 and 17, that offense was prolific. They didn't even sniff the Super Bowl because the defense was so bad. They were so porous.
We're not talking. So the problem is you guys are comparing an elite. You guys are talking about an elite defense with a good quarterback, but you're not saying an elite quarterback with a good defense. You guys aren't making the argument balance here. I'm just telling y'all this right now. If you give an elite quarterback a good defense, give him a top 10 defense, we'll be perfectly fine. We don't need to have a top 3 defense to win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love. If you give Jordan Love
keep doing what the Packers have done the last 14 years, then keep crying to us every Monday after they lose and don't make it to the Super Bowl, and then don't complain when we tried telling you they need to do something different.
When Jeff Hafley gets this defense humming and they become a top 10 defense within the next 3 years, and Jordan Love is able to get this Packers team to a Super Bowl because all he needed was a top 10 defense because he's an elite quarterback, we will come back to this conversation. And Wally, I want you to press F8 and mark this conversation for us, please, and we'll talk about how you don't need
Wally's
an elite
not even
defense.
producing anymore.
Hey, shut up. Here's the thing about elite quarterback versus elite defense. Elite defenses tend to be more consistent. In the playoffs, you can rely on them disrupting the other team and showing up. We know elite quarterbacks, they can't show up every game. Look at Rodgers.
Yeah.
He was elite quarterback. You might have an off game. So if your defense isn't elite to cover that up, you're more likely to, in a one-and-done scenario, be out of the playoffs and not even get there.
You guys just can't tell me any defensive team that's been elite over a long span of time that did not have a really good quarterback.
Yeah, but you're acting as if the defense for the Kansas City Chiefs had nothing to do with the fact that they basically kept the game in reach for their elite quarterback. The elite quarterback didn't win the game for the Chiefs. In my opinion, the Chiefs' defense won the game for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think they were a top 5 defense.
They were a really good defense. That defense, it was a great defense. But again, when you have an elite defense with a phenomenal quarterback, he was the difference. Pat Mahomes, he's the quarterback of the 49ers. The 49ers are a Super Bowl champion today. Period. Y'all can't even debate that.
Mahomes is pretty transcendent.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a great argument because you're basically saying you're saying the future GOAT potentially would be on this other conference's championship level team and they'd win a Super Bowl. Thanks for the argument, Kyle.
I'm telling y'all, look at the quarterbacks that are winning Super Bowls. These quarterbacks that are winning Super Bowls are Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford's going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he wasted most of his career
but
in
is he
Detroit.
Elite? Would you call him elite?
Matthew Stafford put up elite numbers before in his career. The problem was he did it in Detroit where nobody could watch it because that team was just so bad. If he played with a Green Bay Packers team his whole career, if he played with a good organization his whole career,
you could convince yourself of anything. I'm done with this conversation. More Kyle Brust and Nortman with Brad Nortman. Kyle Wallace is sitting out the next segment next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
He is now off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artists. Choke artists, choke artists, choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds,
choked against TCU. You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Getting 10% back is easy at Fleet Farm. For a limited time only, Fleet Rewards members can earn 10% back on all purchases in-store and online. Spend $50, get $5 back in rewards. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. Plus, Fleet Rewards membership is free. So if you're not signed up yet, now's the time. Then get shopping to earn 10% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply. Not valid at Ankeny and Waukee, Iowa stores.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
From color-changing Alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? when you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
TALiveshow.com. That's TALiveshow.com. If you're in the Madison area and you're looking for something to do tonight, well, Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brother Thanasis are going to be live on stage at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, presented by Carbliss. It is going to be an amazing event to see those two on stage. The Thanasis show has never done a live event, and he's never had his brother Giannis on. So if you want to enjoy that, that's TALiveshow.com. Get your tickets today. Ben Brust here alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. We are live from the 3rd Street Market Hall as Marquette, the 2 seed, has won. We can then turn our attention to the Wisconsin Badgers tonight. Kyle, you're banned from clapping now.
Oh, stop it. Oh, mister. Oh, if Marquette loses, that makes Wisconsin, if they lose, sting less. Out of here.
I didn't say sting less. I said you're playing with house money.
I said it stings less.
Yeah, both of you guys are crazy.
I
House
believe
money
that.
stings less. This ain't that. This is not that.
No, I mean, real talk. If we want to have the conversation.
Yeah, please, let's be real. I want to make sure that you're being real about this. I'm going to give you eye
Kyle,
contact.
spinning.
I ain't going to look at you because you're too damn ugly.
Aren't you pretty? Look me in my eye.
No, I can't do that. I really do believe, though, that this is an opportunity for Coach Gard, who, if we're being honest, I'm sure you guys see it. There's a in every fan base, right? When things go bad, people turn fast. It's the society we live in. I don't know if you lived with it, Brad, as a punter. Like if you had a bad punting game, if they got after you.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've had teammates that have been put under the microscope, right? And how they deal with that adversity. What I have been impressed with Coach Greg Gard is when Coach Greg Gard has faced adversity, right? He took over for Bo Ryan when Bo retired in the 2016 winter. That team stunk for a little bit, and they stunk when Bo stepped down. Now, it was Bo's guys, I get it, but he took them to the Sweet 16 in back-to-back years. Then, obviously, fast forward to 2020. Before the pandemic, they won 8 straight games when they were out of the race. They won 8 straight games to get a share of the Big Ten title, winning in their last game at Indiana. So and I'm pretty sure they lost 2 games early in that season to like Richmond and like New Mexico, not New Mexico State, like New Mexico, like not one of the teams that you see. So anytime he's faced adversity, he's always responded. But one thing that is hanging over Coach Gard's head is just getting to the second week of the NCAA tournament since they've done it in 16 and 17. So if I'm being honest, this is a big tournament for the Wisconsin Badgers because you have a team that went to the Big Ten championship game. He said it himself, and I agree with him. The Badgers are playing their best basketball in March when it matters. But if you don't get the wins in actual mid-March when the tournament's on, when everyone takes off work, when Ryan Wollersheim's half producing our show, when you guys are mentally checked out like we talked about yesterday, when all that's happening, all that people remember is not that they made it to the championship game, not that they started 14-6. They remember what they do in the tournament. So this is a huge year for Greg Gard and the Wisconsin Badgers. I feel optimistic, but I don't know if it's good or bad.
Well, and the Wisconsin basketball team, since 2016, it has gone the college sports in general have gone through major transformation with NIL and everything that's gone on with that. So he's had to remake this Wisconsin Badger organization. And he's done a pretty good job at it, right? I mean, this team is so different from teams in the past, or at least over his tenure, where it's high scoring. It can be electric. And they can honestly beat anybody. Seems like they can also lose to just about anybody. So I want this for Wisconsin basketball. I want this for Coach Gard, who's a good friend of the show. And it's out there for them. I think if the Wisconsin Badgers can beat James Madison and then beat Duke in a big game, get in the Sweet 16, that would provide a lot of optimism, a lot of relief, a lot of monkey off of his back that he's been dealing with lately. And I think this team is capable of it because they are talented. And if the right guys are showing up, like Storr and Crowell and all the guys that they need to have good games, and they can beat just about anybody.
Yeah, I think this is a big moment for Greg Gard. And I'm glad, as you said, Ben, is the fact that they are playing their best basketball in a long time right now in March as they competed in that Big Ten championship game in the whole tournament. But this is huge because we can't sit here and continue to only maybe win one game in the first round.
Yeah, because they've won. I think they've won 5 of their last 6 first round games under Gard.
Yeah, you lost to Oregon, and then you lost to Baylor, which was a great game where Baylor was a 1 seed. But the last time we saw Wisconsin in this tournament, it was disgusting. You lost to Iowa State. You had to hear about the 11 seed with the coach who's from the state of Wisconsin. I hated that story. I hated the fact that my team had to be on the other end of that. Greg Gard was following behind a legend in Bo Ryan. And when you're following behind a legend, just because you aren't that individual, just because the guard has changed over, no pun intended, doesn't mean the standards and the expectations shall change. And that is the only issue that I have had is the fact that we have become okay with us not finishing top 4 every single year, us not making runs to the Sweet 16. I love
watching. See, that's unfair.
It's not unfair.
You can't put the expectations of a Hall of Famer and a guy who was a legend. You can't give the expectations to someone that isn't that person. It's not fair to the coach.
The program has established that with Badger football. Brad, this year was a down year. They fired Paul Chris before that because it was a down year. Why? Not because, you couldn't live into Barry's shadow or you couldn't. No, it's because the expectations are set. Barry set the expectations for we should be competing for Rose Bowls and wins. If you're not doing that, you got to go.
I do believe that Sweet 16 can't be something that we say every year the Badgers have to get to the Sweet 16, but certainly more frequently than been to recently. Probably once every 3 to 4 years. You got to see the Wisconsin Badgers in the Sweet 16. There's no reason they shouldn't be a top 16 team in college basketball. Prove that in the tournament once every 3 or 4 years. And I think this is the year they can do it.
I mean, it's set up for them, if we're being honest. I don't care that James Madison has won 30-plus games. I don't care that Duke, who is a blue blood name, is the 4 seed that you'd run into in the next round. Like, this team is talented enough. They proved that over the last 4 games in the Big Ten tournament because they also were 14-6 at one point. And everyone was talking about this team. When the initial NCAA bracket standings came out, they were the 16th team. They were a 4 seed. Now, obviously, they lost 2 of 6 in February, fell out of that, and they worked their way up to be the 5 seed, 19th overall in the tournament. So you know the talent's there to get it done. You look around college basketball, there's so much parity. You know why? The transfer portal, NIL. You brought a guy in store. So if you're going to do all these things and continue to build your brand in this new world, this is a big moment. It really is. You know why? Because if you're Wisconsin and you lose to James Madison, it's a tougher sell. You know why? Because the player that wants to go to Wisconsin or let's say name a bigger school.
Michigan State?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to say, you got to pay more money than Michigan State. Because they're not going to be like, well, Wisconsin, tradition, that all goes away unless you continue to build the tradition. Now, I think your standards of the tradition are too high because what Bo did is unprecedented. And when you have unprecedented success, I think that's not fair to the predecessor to have to live up to.
So how often should this team make the Sweet 16?
I mean, every 2 to 3 years.
Every 2 to 3 years.
It's been more than that.
I agree.
That's
why I just said
Listen.
It's been since 2017. I was at the game in Philadelphia against Notre Dame when Nigel Hayes got stripped and they blew that game.
Oh gosh.
Or was that the first one? And then was it Chiozza?
The 2017 was the game against Florida where they
That's
came up
the
field and they hit the shot and I turned off the
field.
You said what?
The field.
Listen,
the basketball court.
All I remember is watching the game, is watching the shot go in disbelief, and then sitting there turning the TV off and say, "Well, let me go see what's going on downtown Milwaukee."
Time to turn that off. Shift your gaze.
I don't think I watched the college tournament back until the Final Four that year.
Wooly, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Just tell me on the air. Do you need me to go to a break now, or do you want me to stretch this to 3:40?
Let's go ahead and hit a break right now, Ben.
All right, sounds good, buddy. We'll be back, and then we are picking up 94.5 ESPN in about 10-15 minutes after our guy Homer wraps up the post-game show on our sister station, 94.5 ESPN. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what?
990
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Ben Brust here from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman and tell you about the newest great thing on the market, and that is Hoop Tea. It's the newest tea on the market, and when I mean that it's the newest and best, it was born on the boardwalk of Ocean City, Maryland, and enjoyed now right here in Madison, Wisconsin. With flavors like an original spiked tea. You have peach, you have mango, you have watermelon. Hoop Tea will make you feeling great with whatever flavor fits your profile. Hoop Tea. Enjoy the hoops on the screen and hoops in your hand. HoopTea.com.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Make it a real Mad March with a playoff payout at Potawatomi. Every week you could score your share of $100,000 in cash and free play. Play this March for drawing entries. Win each Thursday. Plus, the prizes refresh every week for even more winners. The playoff payout at Potawatomi, Milwaukee. It's anyone's game. For more details, visit paysbig.com/payout. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
It's Chevy truck season, and there's no better time to do what you do best. No better time to get the job done in a Chevy Silverado with best-in-class standard torque and a TurboMax engine with a 5-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty that outlasts both Ford and Ram. So kick off whatever your thing is season right, because it all starts with a Chevy truck.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Based on latest competitive data, excludes other G vehicles, whichever comes first. See dealer for limited warranty details based on Ford and Ram 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty on gasoline engines.
Mark your calendars and get ready for game day at the 5th Annual Easter Seals Wisconsin Celebrity Basketball Experience, presented by Affiliated Dentists. Former UW athletes hit the hardwood on April 13th at Madison College to support children and adults with disabilities. Tip-off is at 3 p.m. And for some pregame action, be sure to register your kids grades 3 through 8 at the Shot Doctor Skills Academy from 1 to 2:30 with former UW men's basketball assistant coach Gary Close. All abilities welcome to register. Visit easterseals.com/gameday for more details.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Norman live from the 3rd Street Market Hall. I'm Ben Brust. Sounds like our sister station 94.5 ESPN is wrapping up shortly with Marquette postgame, so we'll be merging with them. We'll be across ESPN Wisconsin, but right now talking to you 100.5 ESPN. 844-770-3776. Again, 844-770-ESPN. Now, I do find it funny that we had some visitors today that acted like they were king of the castle. Our president of Good Karma Brands and was on these very airwaves on 100.5 ESPN, the Stephen Craig Show, way back when.
Yeah, the heyday.
He now has children, and they were being supervised by one of our teammates. His name is Nolan, and he'd like to be referred as the ESPN Radio Network sales team. So our ESPN Radio Network sales team was babysitting two, I would say, probably like a 12 and a 9-year-old, 12 and 10.
Yeah, it's probably about right.
Yeah, around there, maybe a little.
What the hell is going on around here?
Babysitting them at work.
At work.
At work. Like they were in our office, and he was keeping an eye on them at work. I've never
Did
seen
our
that
president
before.
throw in the towel today on Mentally Checked Out Thursday?
He might have.
It had to be. I've seen Bring Your Kids to Work Day before, but usually when you bring your kids to work, they actually shadow you at work and see what you're doing. You don't usually pawn them off to a babysitter that is somebody that's responsible for bringing in a lot of partnerships and opening partnerships here for GKB. It was the funniest thing to watch Nolan, whatever he wants to be. He's Nolan. I could care less what he wants to be called.
No, ESPN Radio Network sales team.
No, he's Nolan. It is hilarious to see Nolan literally giving these children a tour around the office. As I'm coming downstairs, I'm coming down, and Nolan's like, hey, guys, really quickly. Kyle, can you come here real quick? Hey, what's up? He said, I want you to introduce you to these guys. These are the, this is Steve's kids here. And I said, oh, how you doing? Good to meet you. And then he walked them upstairs. And then later on, an hour later, what do I see him doing? Oh, they gave you 3 burgers? Here, let me help you open up your food.
Oh, my gosh, it was amazing.
He was sitting there.
Do you need me to cut it? Do you need me to put a napkin in your shirt?
I'm like, oh, my goodness. I didn't realize he was a nanny. He is a babysitter.
A manny.
A manny. He is a manny. That's exactly what Nolan was today. He was a manny right here in our office.
Nolan the sales guy, we'll call him.
I think he
but
might have.
I don't even call him Nolan the sales guy.
You weren't making no sales?
Yeah,
today.
No sales today,
I think
folks.
everyone's throwing in the towel, though, because when I walked in, a little bit later than everybody else, right? Much later than you guys, let's be
Oh, my
honest.
God. There wasn't a soul in sight.
Not a soul in sight, including Nolan. All I saw was the kids. I think he threw in the towel. I think I literally saw these kids reclining, watching our big screen TV, watching the games. I was like, what are these kids doing here? I've seen the kids 4 times. I haven't seen Nolan once today.
Did you know the dog was
out.
in?
No.
The dog came in, too.
Of course.
What's
Well,
funny
he's a full-time worker. He should be in.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Chief Love Officer.
So when the dog came in, actually Ben walked by right after I got startled because the dog came in and the dog broke off her leash, and I'm sitting there working away.
Were you scared?
Well, hell yeah!
Oh, come on.
The dog ran into the glass of my window. I mean, what the hell is going on? What's happening? That's exactly why I said what. I don't know if you saw when you walked by and looked at.
yeah,
I looked a little
did.
puzzled because I'm like, no, where the heck where's this dog at with the leash? Like, what's going on?
Maybe you shouldn't have startled her when you met her for the first time.
Listen, she startled the heck out of me
This
today.
dog was like, oh, when I was on a leash, this crazy person was like, hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Hey, listen, the dog startled the hell out of me today. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I was like, what is going on?
We'll be back across ESPN Wisconsin with our 94.5 ESPN station, joining 100.5 ESPN Madison. What I do want to do next is ask you all, which will be 844-770-3776. Would you babysit your boss's kids at work if they asked you? Because somebody raised their hand quicker than I've ever seen before, and that was Nolan cutting up hamburgers for our president's kids. That's next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. ESPN NFL draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. was on Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin earlier this week and discussed his difficulty in assessing now former Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen ahead of the 2024 NFL draft.
Allen, I haven't figured out. And a lot of these guys, hey, you'll be right on some, you'll be wrong on others, but at least you have an idea, right? You have a strong conviction on those guys. I haven't been able to figure out Braylon Allen.
Find the full conversation with Mel Kiper Jr. on Wilde and Tausch, available wherever you get your podcast and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Get no interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Don't wait. You have to order by March 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust here from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman and tell you about the newest great thing on the market, and that is Hoop Tea. It's the newest tea on the market, and when I mean that it's the newest and best, it was born on the boardwalk of Ocean City, Maryland, and enjoyed now right here in Madison, Wisconsin. With flavors like an original spiked tea. You have peach, you have mango, you have watermelon. Hoop Tea will make you feeling great with whatever flavor fits your profile. Hoop Tea. Enjoy the hoops on the screen and hoops in your hand. HoopTea.com.
What does it take to make a diamond? Extreme heat and pressure and about 1 billion years. But you can't wait that long. What do? You go to Goodman's Jewelers. I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. There's a reason we are the Diamond Store of Madison. Since 1933, we provided outstanding service and selection to our customers, and that in turn has helped to establish countless great memories through the years. Goodman'sJewelers.com, located at 220 State Street, truly a destination worth reaching.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Welcoming all of you from 94.5 ESPN's Marquette postgame show. I genuinely mean this. Congrats to all of you because I saw how nervous everyone in this 3rd Street Market Hall in Milwaukee was in the first half. Their souls were leaving their bodies, but they were cheering and high-fiving as Marquette beat the Hilltoppers. The Badgers play tonight around 9 o'clock. I'd say they'll end up tipping. A lot of these games that usually end up late. We are Kyle Brust and Nortman, and we are across ESPN Wisconsin. Kyle Wallace, the Packer backer, the Wisconsin backer, the Marquette fraudulent fan, and Brad Nortman, the 6-year long-time NFL punter with us at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Ryan Wollersheim, what a treat, is thrown in the towel, basically just surviving until 5 o'clock until he can go watch basketball because he works so hard, is running the show. 844-770-3776. And if you missed what was the segment before this one as we joined with 94.5 ESPN, essentially we had our office mascot, Nolan, the ESPN Radio Network sales guy, who was making no sales today, watching our company president's kids. And as Kyle said, you said it best. I mean, he put the napkins like a bib.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, when I came up them stairs, it was the Nolan daycare in full effect. He, like you said, he took the food out the bag. He said, which one is yours? Like you said, he cut it in half, gave them napkins.
Do you need ketchup?
He had their French fries ready. And one of them said, they gave us 3 burgers. They gave you 3 burgers? They gave what were they missing? You guys good?
They gave you 3 burgers.
I was like, my goodness, Nolan was waiting on them kids hand and foot today. He was not doing his job. He was doing something else.
Well, so Brad, let's take this to the finance world. Let's take this pre-Brad Nortman on the radio on Kyle Brust and Nortman. If your boss had said, hey, Brad, I'm bringing my kids into work today, can you watch them for 4 hours, what would you say?
Well, here's the thing. If this would happen in like a conference room type setup where he lobbed it to the room and said, I need somebody to watch my kids, you know what I would do? I would fall back in my chair. I would put my eyes down. I would like avoid eye contact. Like when you don't want to get called on in school.
Oh, yeah, but sometimes that makes them call on you more.
I know. So you have to be very discreet with it. So trust me, I wouldn't volunteer for the role. But if he came and pulled me into his office and said, here are my 2 whippersnappers that I need someone to watch, and I trust you to do it. Can you do it? I mean, what am I going to say? I'm not going to say no to the man. Of course I'm going to do it.
What if you had an important business meeting, like sales, to make sales. Like Nolan is supposed to making sales.
Make sure
for
the
our
kids
company.
eat.
I think what I would do is I would give them some snacks. I would try to figure out a way to keep them occupied with maybe like an impossible puzzle or something that like they just like can't stop doing. Where it's like we can't figure it out. No, there's an answer. You got to keep going. It's all about distracting them. It's all about keeping them busy. I would tell them to do laps around the cubicles and tell them to introduce themselves to everyone. Ask what their favorite color
Now
is.
they become a distraction.
You're not a babysitter now. You're pawning them off.
Exactly. It's exactly right. Babysitting is about keeping kids busy. It's about making sure their energy is being offset. That's how you got to do it. That's how I would do it. So, yeah, I would take them, but I would certainly offload as much as I can.
Yeah, I'm not watching nobody's kids in the office.
You would say no?
In the office?
Your manager? Your boss?
If Craig told me to watch his daughter, if Cherie told me this is what I would do. I would say, okay, sit down right in my chair, right there, across from me, and watch me work. That's all I'm doing.
If you watch me work, Kyle, I don't want to watch you
I'm
work.
hungry.
You're
I have to
boring.
go to the bathroom.
Listen, I'm hungry. It ain't noon
I'm going to
yet.
tinkle myself.
Well, I would say, listen,
You're not going to do that here?
I will point them to the bathroom and show them downstairs, but they're going to sit right across from me in my office as I work. If they say they hungry, I'm going to tell them lunchtime is at noon. And did your daddy give you the credit card? Did he give you a credit card? Yay or nay?
But what if they go your daddy?
If they say nay, text your daddy. You better text him.
What about when they go back to your boss and they say, Kyle was so mean. He didn't play with me. Are you scared about any repercussions?
I was hungry and he asked if I had a credit card. I don't know what a credit card is.
Yeah, I can't need a credit card.
I would say go tell him next time he sends you over here. Listen, I've been sent different places, and I've seen people get sent over to places when I was a kid when we had cousins over. Hey, what did they didn't send y'all here without eating, did they? What you mean he dropped you off without eating? He didn't feed you and get y'all breakfast. Oh. I would for real. I would tell.
Let's ask KBN Nation, 844-770-3776. If you had to ask one of us to babysit your children, who would you pick? Ben Brust, who is a father of one, by the way.
This is easy.
Kyle Wallace, who just made his case that if he had to watch his boss's kids, he would say, sit down and watch me work.
Yep.
And Brad Nortman, who said he would slide down his chair to not get called on to watch children. You guys want to argue against me because you guys sound like a bunch of people who are scared.
Wait a minute. You didn't raise your hand to watch them little babies
Yeah.
today. Them babies was bored. I talked to them. I said, hey, y'all good.
Not
no,
really,
bored. You know what else? You know how I know he a bad babysitter? Them little precious young minor ears were sitting in there watching the basketball game on their phones. Ben walks out of our meeting. All he does is start using explicits and all these cuss
I was
words
just
around
trying
these
to
kids.
act like their father.
I said, Ben, the kids. He said, oh. He don't know how to act.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Ben
I
Brust.
asked them if you heard your dad say that before. They said, oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, I can't be Ben Brust. He disqualifies himself because he famously gives his nieces and nephews lottery tickets and scratch-offs for their birthdays and for Christmas. I don't know if I leave them with him for 5 hours. They're going to come back with all these vices.
They sure would. And here's the thing. If I gave my kids $10 to be able to go get lunch when they with Uncle Ben, he'd say, hey, Uncle Ben asked her for $5 to put down on the same game parlay. I gave him $5. He said I could turn my $5 into $55. I said he did what with your lunch money? He did what?
Well, now they're going to be able to trade and barter in school with a lot more meals to trade with the kids.
I think it would be hard lessons learned because there's Father Ben.
844-770-3776. There's Father Ben.
But then there's Uncle Ben. There's Father Ben, and then there's Uncle Ben. Father Ben, I have no doubt that you can.
Once you become a father, you don't just flip a switch.
No, you flip a switch. Yes,
it's freedom away from your own child when you're with somebody else's kids.
Yeah.
How many diapers have you guys changed in your life?
No. The kids upstairs today, they knew how to use the bathroom themselves.
Like
so I
you
ain't
said,
got to worry
Kyle,
about that.
earlier today. Hear me out and just answer my question. How many diapers have you changed in your life?
I've changed less than 5 diapers in my life.
I'm on the same thing.
You've probably changed 0, Brad. Those clean hands have never seen no poopy diaper in your life.
And I'm guessing the first one will be mine if I'm lucky enough to have them.
You talking about babysitting infants. I don't want to babysit your infant. KBN Nation, I'll pass
What
on your
age are we
babies.
talking about? Because I would say there is an age that actually be kind of fun. It's like 5 to 12 would be fun, but like 3 or less or 14 and older would stink. I guess 14 and older, they'd be
Wooly,
on their
did you work with the powers that be to get this up on Twitter at KBN ESPN?
I'm currently collaborating with Ashton. We're about to get that one up on the KBN Twitter bowl.
Hey, congratulations for doing something. You get a gold star for this this segment.
You know how to press them buttons.
Yeah, well, she's doing more than Nolan did today, other than wiping the children's ketchup off their face.
In Nolan's defense,
let me get you right here.
In Nolan's defense, I just went into
Nolan,
the office.
This is the fake sales guy.
The fake sales guy here at Good Karma Brand. Shout out to Nolan. I did go back inside, and the kids were downstairs. Their father has now shown up because they're about to go somewhere else tonight to the Analysis Live podcast at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. And I said, hey, guys, did Nolan do a good job today? He said, yeah, he did a good job. I said, you ain't got to lie about it. He said, no, he was good. He was good.
Did Nolan volunteer, or was he, selected?
I think he volunteered as tribute.
He's a team player.
No.
He's a team player.
Not as tribute. Basically as a, hey, if I know I do this, maybe I might just get a bonus going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Right on.
I won't even knock you on that. Enjoy your game tonight. He listens, so I'm going to be nice.
Yeah,
he's a fan, man.
A Duke fan.
He's got Duke gear. I'm not going to dog him. He loves the station, so we're gonna give him some love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like.
Now that he's gone, I hope you lose.
But no, I wouldn't. I think I could babysit somebody's kid, but I'm not doing anybody, like Brad said, 3 and under. If you still talking about I got to go potty, I'm good.
And you got to change that diaper?
Yeah. If you still having accidents, I'm not really interested in babysitting your child. Once you know how to explain, talk, if you're hungry, I say go in the fridge and grab something, you say okay, that's when I want to babysit you.
Wait, why is the first vote for Kyle?
Because I would be good with kids. I love the kids. Kyle love the kids.
Yeah.
The kids love Kyle.
Okay. That's a weird way to say it. I think Kyle would bring the energy. That is the one thing. I think he would. In a work mode, Kyle, he is not going to pour in his energy to the kid.
No.
I think if he's outside of work, he's going to be energy. I'll tell you what, if I'm going for a sales pitch, you know they're going to be eating healthy. You know they're going to be structured. You know that they're going to have a bedtime. You know that it's going to be a dialed-in environment in the Norman house.
Which member of Kyle Brust Nortman would you pick to babysit your child for 3 hours? Kyle, Ben, or Brad? That is up on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Ryan Wollersheim, what's your vote?
Oh, this is tough. I want the kids to enjoy the time they're having, so as much as I think Brad would take care of them and they would come out better on the other side, I'm not sure if I would want that for them. Ben, I have no doubt they'd have a good time with you, but like I said, I do want them to come out intact. I trust Kyle. I feel like Kyle, we were in the pre-show meeting, you were talking about all the cousins you have, how you took care of them, how you sounded like you were the oldest cousin, too. I feel like you know just how to interact.
They don't own him. They don't respect him.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, in the pre-show meeting, these people don't respect Kyle.
The kid. Here's the thing. The kids see me as a big kid. They don't realize that Cousin Kyle is a grown adult. Cousin Kyle is dang near 40. They don't realize that because I'm fun. But they listen to me. It's just, there may be some times that they may want to play around with me as if I'm a child. I'll say, listen, sit down, little 5-year-old. I'm not doing that right now. Kids love me. They do. They do.
Early in the voting, Brad is winning.
Hey, KBN Nation, let's go.
I think Wooly, you said that perfectly. I think my kids would be safe. They'd come back better people on the other side, but they wouldn't have any fun. They wouldn't have any sugar in their system.
It's a punishment.
Come on. They're going to love it.
Diet.
They're going to love
going sugar-free.
They're going to love it.
They have to sleep from point A to point B, and they got to brush their teeth at the same time every day.
Yeah, we're going to implement a reward system. We're going to put stars and stickers, and we're going to teach them about incentives, and we're going to just have rules. And it's going to be great. They're going to love it. And they're going to thank me for it.
Well, I can't send them to Brad house or Ben house because my kids will freeze to death in y'all house. 62. What is this?
Well, hey, isn't your girlfriend white? Maybe two Americas are collide.
My baby's is going to be more of me than her.
We'll see about that. 844-770-3776. The best babysitter of them all would be one that you don't need to have babysit because they send the greatest people over and they babysit the project to make sure you don't have any stress in the world with 0% interest, you know what to do, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. That's because with babysitting men, you're stressed out, but with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, from start to finish, the whole process, enjoyable, safe, trustworthy, and they're going to do the job with no mess, no issue, no hassle. Today's like today reminds you why you need to have elite, top-of-the-line windows with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's warm, it's cold, it's snowing, it's sleeting. We live in Wisconsin, after all. So if you want to revitalize your home, change the look of it, completely change the vibes, increase your home value, decrease your home cost, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is the place you got to go to change out your windows and doors. And guess what? Now is the time to take advantage of it. Because between now and March 31st, that's only 9 more days, I don't even know how Pella is able to offer this. It is 0%. That is right, 0% interest. How can you do that in this economy? I have no idea. For 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you get to enjoy those Pella Windows and Doors right now, and you get to pay later, up to 3 years, in fact, with 0% interest. Order by March 31st to get 0% interest with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin for 3 years. Set your free consultation at PellaWI.com.
844-770-3776. Who would you trust of our crew, KBN, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, to babysit your children? Have your responses. We'll get to those. We have it up on Twitter. We'll be back in 2 minutes across ESPN Wisconsin and start gearing up for the Wisconsin game as Marquette got it done. Wooly, take us home.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yes, good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by your busted bracket. Yes, Marquette did survive their first-round matchup against number 15 seed Western Kentucky despite being down 7 points at halftime. They came back to win 87-69. That we wrapping that one up and recapping the game on College Game Night with Alex Strofe and Brian D. live from 3rd Street Market Hall tonight from 6 to 7 p.m. across ESPN Wisconsin. They'll also be giving you a preview of the number 5 seeded Badgers taking on number 12 seed James Madison with that tip-off time currently slated for 8:40 p.m. Make sure to tune in from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN. And then in some pro basketball news, Milwaukee Bucks getting back in the win column after they lost with Giannis sitting out for his second game in a row against the Boston Celtics on Wednesday. The Bucks able to come out 115-108 against the Brooklyn Nets last night. Giannis, after his 2-game absence with a hamstring injury, dropped 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Chris Middleton, though, did miss the game as he was resting on the Bucks' second night of a back-to-back. Last hour of KBN starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN. Sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
That's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman, a special edition for the ESPN Madison area. Ryan Wollersheim getting a break from Rutledge and Hamilton. We're taking over. So we're still across ESPN Wisconsin for the rest of the show till 5 o'clock. Now Ernie in a bar near Elroy chimes in. What did Ryan do to have to put up with you three? Actually, he's probably enjoying the break from Rutledge. Thoughts?
Ernie in a barn, man. It's tougher to babysit Jim Rutledge than it is to babysit these three. So, you know what? I'm having a pretty good time. Watch some basketball games in the background. Doing half work. It is what it is.
Half work. You ain't supposed to admit that. What type of operation they got going on over there in Madison?
I've been trying to tell you, it's Jesse Nelson's operation. It's not real.
Oh, my gosh. So this is what Jesse's creating? Half work.
Look at him as a role model. He leaves every year to go to Dubuque just for one day to be with his friends. Like, I understand going to Dubuque for March Madness because you want to bet on games. That's a lot of fun. But why Dubuque? You could go anywhere.
It says a lot about him, Wally.
I mean, go to New Orleans or Las Vegas. Like, make a real weekend out of it. Don't just be like, oh yeah, we'll drive 3 hours down to the middle of nowhere and just, hey, there's a casino.
You know what else he could have done, Wally? In Milwaukee tonight at a hotel and casino with a sports book is Thanalysis Live with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You can get tickets at TALiveshow.com. He could have had a casino. He could have had an hour drive instead of an hour 45 drive. He could have had a live event with Giannis and Thanasis. He could have had a whole lot more fun than Dubuque just coming over here to Milwaukee. That's what could have happened for the hall monitor himself, Jesse Nelson. We did put up the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Which member of Kyle, Brust, and Norton would you pick to babysit your child for 3 hours? Brad, 53%. Ben, 27%. Kyle, 20%.
Ooh,
wow.
Okay, hey, KBN Nation is speaking. That's okay. Ben.
Santa Claus chimes in. He says, since my kids are fuzzy babies, I choose Ben. Dave from Aaron.
Okay.
Brad would bring his crock pot chicken and vegetables for the kids. He also says, I'm going with Brad because I think he would actually play with them and feed them healthy. Benny would give them everything they aren't supposed to have.
That's so true. It would be like, when you drop your kids off and the babysitter accepts them and the parent gives you a breakdown, okay, it's like bedtime is at 8 o'ck and don't give them this.
I just be like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, exactly. Totally disregard all of it.
I got it. Yeah. So you said, and then when they drop them back off, like they'd be like, so how was bedtime? I know you like, oh yeah, like they were up till 1 a.m. with me. We were gambling on the last round of 64 game tonight.
Oh yeah, that'll be rough. My kids come home, they'll be more educated than I am when it comes to gambling.
Seriously. Yeah, Daddy, let's fade the public. Like, what did you say?
So be honest, Brad. Who would you rather have between me and Kyle?
I think I'd rather have Kyle.
Why?
I think I'd rather have Kyle. Just because, Ben, I do think you would be a lot of fun, but I think you would have fun teaching them about the things that are like, let's not teach them about those things early. Like sports gambling, but you already proved to me that you have no problem putting vices in your nieces and nephews' hands.
I'm
like giving them
taking
lottery
you
tickets.
Choosing Kyle as a compliment. Because you know what? If Brad's children had a chance to hang out with Uncle Ben,
oh my gosh,
do you know how much sugar they would have? Do you know how much carbs they would have? Do you know how much unhealthy dessert they would have?
Proving my point.
Do you know how much fun they'd have at casino because I'd sneak them in somehow they have?
It would take them days to get. It would take them weeks to get back.
They
on
would
the
have
regimen.
their first cigarette with me.
Oh man. They would have, it would be an utter shock to their system. It would take weeks to get them back on schedule, if ever. That might totally derail any work
everything
that
you were building them for, the routine.
Yep.
Lexi would say,
They would taste the vegetable. They would taste the vegetable and spit it out like this. Where's the sugar? We're looking for that.
Where's the butter and garlic that Uncle Ben puts on his asparagus?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that Brad would choose me. I would choose Brad as well.
Yeah.
Only because of the fact that I know they're in a safe space. If they have to suffer for a couple of days like they're going to their grandparents' house that ain't got no cable or TV because they're going to Brad's house with all these different rules, I am okay with that because at the end of the day, I want my babies to come back healthy and safe. And I also want them to appreciate what they have. Because I'm telling you, I could be like Uncle Brad.
Yeah,
okay?
see, that's the thing is once they leave Lexi and Brad, they're gonna love you. You're gonna be great parents, but by golly, they're gonna love to get out. When they go to Grandma and Grandpa's, they're gonna have a stash of hidden cookies and like, do your mom and dad give you this? They're going to be asking to go to Grandma and Grandpa's every week.
I'm sure that whether it be Grandma and Grandpa's or whether it be the babysitters, I'm guaranteed there's going to be some side deals going on. I'm like, hey, we're not going to tell Brad.
Oh, by the way, and I've babysat a couple times, obviously, for my nieces and nephews and close friends. These kids are tricksters.
How so?
Yes.
When their parents are gone, they tell you things that aren't true that their parents wouldn't let them do, and you think it's the norm, and then you tell the parents how it went, and they go, yeah, she says normally you tell them you can leave this neon light on when I sleep or this or that, and they're like, oh no, you got played.
No, it's always the soda they can drink. Oh, my mom lets me always have that soda. The chocolate or candy that you bought from the store.
We always have dessert after dinner.
I always can have that. That's exactly what it is, because I done been played multiple times by the way. But I used to see what I did. Oh, there goes Nolan the babysitter. Hey, Nolan.
Hey, Nolan the babysitter. There he is. Hey, now he's fake making a sales. He's fake making a sales call right now. That's amazing. Hey, show us your screen. You're not on the phone. Show us your screen. Oh, you're on the phone?
He's actually doing some work.
That's what kind of day it's been.
He ain't doing crap. He just hung up with nobody.
That's the kind of day it's been.
Hey, don't you have to go wipe some kids' ketchup off their face? We don't have an extra headset because you have to go open some partnerships and make some calls right now. Okay.
But no, kids do play you. As Nolan got played today, probably, I'm sure.
Yeah, Nolan got played by the kids today for sure.
And he bought some stuff that weren't. He ended up with 30 burgers with 2 kids.
They had 3 burgers, 2 kids.
You make that make sense.
Yeah. Because you know what? They probably got the credit card, and Nolan wasn't overseeing. He's like, get whatever your dad would tell you to do. And they're like, all right.
Yep, dessert, soda, the whole thing.
But yeah.
Ernie chimes in and says Ben would be like Uncle Buck, and I take that as a compliment for those who have seen the movie Uncle Buck, because Uncle Buck becomes the hero at the end of the movie, saving the day. R.I.P. to what's his name, John Candy.
John Candy, yeah.
As well as I do want to get to the fact that this Wi-Fi, I'm just not gonna lie, I've been getting in and out. I'm sure you've seen on YouTube. I've been frozen more than anybody in the world. I think the text was Ben seems too squirrely. I choose the other 2. 10 out of 10 times before Ben. I have a damn child, people.
Just because you have a child doesn't mean you're prepared for this child. You're doing your best. You are doing your absolute best to figure out how to get it all right, Ben. And I'm not going to let you figure it out with my child. I'm going to let you figure out with your beautiful child.
I still think there's a version of Ben that's fatherly, put together, stable. That's Father Ben. Uncle Ben is off the walls. There's no rules.
Can you please let me babysit your children one day?
No, of course not. You'll have to prove a whole lot more. I would have to give our children.
I'll meal prep with them.
Test.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I'll prep it all the wrong things.
Go teach them what's a 4th meal.
Because usually with a babysitter, you're hoping that you can just let your hair down, relax when you're not there. I would be tense.
Yeah, like
I would be so stressed the whole rest of the time.
Yeah, no, bro. I'll let you know your kids will run wild at my house too.
Clint chimes in. Ben is going to dress up the kids stacked on each other's shoulder, wearing a big trench coat and hat.
Mustache, glasses.
I can see that too as well. You know what? I'm fine being. You know what? This proves to me that I'm fun, and you guys are all scared of a little fun in your life, a little mix and.
You're thinking of the word destructive
or irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
You're just throwing the word fun around as if it means things that it doesn't.
844-770-3776. We got to get to pole position. We got to get to a same-game parlay conversation because Ben's same-game parlay at Potawatomi Casino Hotel has hit 2 of its 3 legs. Plus 640. I'm waiting on Alabama and Charleston over 173.5. Brad and Kyle could have been guaranteed profit if they went in on this with me. I offered them to take their money, go to Pato, place the bet. They turned it down. They would have had positive money, could have made some of that money back that they lost when I took it to roulette in Vegas. They missed out on that. We got Gary Ellerson, a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. But first, Kyle, get them ready for the game going on tonight now.
Oh, yeah, you got to get ready for the game going on tonight. We know what time it is. It is tourney time, and I want you to watch these games but enhance your watching experience by playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. You got to download it today. Here's how it works, though. You pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. You got to select higher or lower on their stats, whether it's points, whether it's rebounds, whether it's steals. whether it's assists. You got to pick higher or lower on those player stats. And guess what, KBN Nation? If your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yes, 100 times your money. Not only can you have fun cheering on the Badgers, you can also make money doing it as well. So right now, download the easy-to-use mobile app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com and make sure you sign up using promo code KBN. That is promo code KBN, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. I'm telling you, you will not have any more fun watching the game than watching it playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Use promo code KBN and double your money. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Coming up next, we have pole position. Ryan Wollersheim didn't put these together. He pawned it off for someone else to do, just like his mentor Jesse Nelson taught him. That's coming up next.
What? This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for
sure. I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up. So I expect for this stuff to be popped.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and is expanding to Milwaukee. As a local company headquartered in Verona, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
The choice to enjoy is easy. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
In what ended up being a up and down game for the Bucks, they took a 20-point halftime lead and ended up falling by 4 late in the fourth. Enter Damian Lillard.
And back to Lillard on the left side. A step back, a three-point shot. Yes! And the icing on the cake. Damian Lillard with a three from distance.
Lillard finishes with 30 points and double-digit assists once again as the Bucks beat the Nets 115-108 on the second night of a back-to-back at Fiserv Forum. Big game up next for the Bucks as they take on the 48-win Oklahoma City Thunder. That one tips off at 6 o'clock on Sunday right here in Milwaukee.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Hey everyone, Molly Brown here from ESPN Madison. For the best Southwestern food and margaritas in the Madison area, it's always Pasquale's Cantina for me. Whether I'm enjoying my favorite taco salad, their awesome chips and guac, or one of their famous burritos, Pasquale's is the best for authentic Southwestern fare. Plus, they have one of the largest tequila selections around. Visit one of their locations in Verona or Middleton today, or check out their menu and order online at Pasquale'sCantina.com.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Spring will be here before you know it, and so will Marco Sicchi's 6th annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament, Saturday, May 18th on the Madison Chain of Lakes. Created to help children who are fighting cancer at American Family Children's Hospital, UW Carbone Cancer Center. There's a limit of 80 boats for a fun day on the water before 2:30 happy hour at Alliant Energy Center, a silent auction, dinner, and a live auction at 4 o'clock. Help us help the kids. Casting for Kids, Saturday, May 18th. Sign up or donate at castingforkids.org.
This is Scalzo and Brust, presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts on Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Give me something I can feel. Light a cigarette just so I can breathe. Give me something. 700 feet off the coast of Green. Give me something I can feel. No reservation, pulling 20 deep. Give me something.
It is that time of year. It might not feel like it because of the snow out there today, but spring and summer is on its way, and you want to be active for it. This is the time of year in Wisconsin when you can go out and play golf, you can go for walks, you can play with your kids, all these things that revolve around moving your body, but you can't move them if you have joint pain. So if you have joint pain, call QC Kinetics today. They are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They are going to transform your life by using their advanced treatments to use your body's own healing ability to restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. So whether it's an injury or arthritis, whatever it is, QC Kinetics can help you by giving you the treatment you need to relieve that pain for lasting joint pain relief. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Pro athletes, like me, have been using it for decades, and now the treatment is available to you. No pain pills, no risky surgery, an all-natural solution. QC Kinetics. Be one of the tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have already reclaimed their mobility. QC Kinetics is giving you back your life. Take action now to be able to reclaim that mobility that you've been desperately wanting to reclaim. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Every Friday on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, which we are across ESPN Wisconsin today from 4 to 5. Just let you Madison listeners know we go around the polls across Rutledge and Hamilton, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, Wildy and Tausch, Rutledge and Hamilton, and we answer some questions that they couldn't in poll position. That's now.
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Pole Position. Pole Position on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is presented by Great Lakes Dragway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at greatlakesdragway.com.
All right, Wooly, let's go around the polls and answer some questions that those polls couldn't do themselves.
Okay, first of all, guys, I want to join you on the stream here. Hey,
what
how are you
Hey,
doing?
what up, Wooly?
How you doing, guys? It's the Madison Hour. I figured I might as well actually be on the stream at this point. And speaking of
Madison Hour, this is Milwaukee Hour. I want you to
No,
know
it's the ESPN Wisconsin
ESPN
Hour.
Wisconsin Hour.
The TV is definitely on right in the stream, too. With basketball games going.
Hey, don't call that out. Don't call that out. Stop that. All right.
Wait a minute.
All right.
He's paying attention right now.
As we said, it's pole position time, guys. And, usually in Madison during this time, we have that fantastically produced show, Rutledge and Hamilton, from 4 to 6. And back on Monday, they asked what's more likely for the Badgers in this NCAA tournament, where they lose in the round of 64 or make it all the way to the Elite Eight. 61% of respondents said lose in the round of 64. 39% said make it to the Elite Eight. Guys, what do you think?
Man, that is tough because my answer is lose in the round of 64. But that just goes to show how hard it is to get to the Elite Eight. They have to win this game, beat Duke, beat Houston, who's maybe next to UConn, the next highest pick to win it all. So that's a very, very tall task. Much more likely to actually just lose in the first game against James Madison, who's a pretty good team. So I hate to say it, but they're more likely to lose in the first round.
You know what I like about this? Is that this Wisconsin?
No, I don't. That's why you're supposed to tell us.
This Wisconsin team is one that has the opportunity to actually make a nice little run. And so I actually think it's more likely that they that they make it to the Elite Eight. That's what I think the more likelihood is of it. I feel good
I could have bet my life savings he was going to choose that.
Oh, look at that. The real Badger fan comes out. I believe now that the Badgers are hot and they're playing well. Duke's probably going to get upset tonight as well. But I believe that the Badgers have a chance. You know what I like? I like when the Badgers have to play against like a number 1 seed, because when we're the underdog, it seems in the tourney time, the Badgers step up and they compete and they find a way to pull it off, just like they did in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, I hate to say it. In terms of what's more likely, It's the Houston part. And we have the luxury of looking a little bit at what the bracket looks like already. Now, I know Duke hasn't played. If the Badgers were in like Marquette's situation, right, where you knew that NC State and you knew that Oakland were going to be your Sweet 16 matchup, I really do think this team is built to get to the second weekend. But the second weekend makes me nervous because I don't think Houston's going down. So you're going to have to go through, likely, I believe, Duke, right? Like, you're going to have to go through the 12, you're going to have to go through the 4, and you're going to have to go through the 1. It feels like it's going to fall a little bit more of a chalk side of the top portion of the bracket, where the bottom portion of the region, Marquette, not that, like, again, Colorado and Florida are good teams that Marquette's got to play next round no matter what because Marquette won. But then they know they get a double-digit seed in the Sweet 16. It's probably more likely that they lose in the round of 64 than get to the Elite Eight based off the draw, in my opinion.
Percent-wise, I think Wisconsin has a really good chance of winning tonight. And I feel like Wisconsin could compete against a Houston, fellas.
I didn't say they couldn't compete.
Yeah, they can.
We know they beat Purdue. It just, when it comes
so
to more
hard.
likely, the way that the bracket fell to them didn't fall as good as some other teams did. I'm answering this with revision, with future history, which doesn't make sense. With future knowledge from when the poll was posted by Rutledge and Hamilton.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Yeah.
Maybe I think there's no way they lose tonight.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you, man. Don't worry. But you guys are giving no credit to Marquette. You don't think they can beat Houston? And then maybe it's the Badgers versus Marquette in Sweet 16?
No, this was about to get to the Elite Eight. And Marquette's at the bottom, so they wouldn't play Houston.
Oh, you're right. Oh, man, you're right. Oh,
you are checked out.
Look.
You're supposed to be watching the dang tournament.
It's 41 all in Colorado, Florida. That's all I know, guys. All right.
It's 42-41. You're wrong on that, too.
Well, I'm a little behind you. All right. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy also earlier this week. Now, we were talking about classic movies with the Water Boys and a football movie where they brought up a classic poker movie, Rounders. You guys know that movie?
No idea what that is.
Never heard? Oh, it's a great poker movie with Matt Damon.
Kyle doesn't know movies.
Yeah.
It's probably one of his biggest flaws for Brad and I
100%.
because, like, we want to probably expand on things, and we were joking about lines from the Adam Sandler movies of Waterboy and Billy Madison.
Waterboy.
And he goes, Happy Gilmore, and he hadn't seen it. I just want to smack him in like a loving way. Like, come on, man.
Our relationship can't get deeper because of that.
I mean, there's probably some movies that
I agree, Brad. Our relationship could be deeper if he had the same, dumb movie knowledge of, stupid comedies of the 1998s.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Friday. I mean, have y'all seen
Friday? Friday, good movie. All right, but this doesn't really matter about the movie, guys. It's really about two quotes from that movie. There's one, pay that man his money, and the other is always leave yourself with outs. Now, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy used those two and asked Packers fans to describe how they think the team should handle Jordan Love's contract extension. Either pay that man his money or always leave yourself with outs. 69% of fans said pay him that money. 31% said leave yourself outs. What do you guys think?
I think that we are all in agreement that 31% of people should not be NFL GMs when it comes to evaluating talent, because although we had a conversation about what would need to be more elite for this team to be a Super Bowl contender, Love or the defense, that's a different debate than knowing that you have to pay a franchise quarterback that is Jordan Love, the guy who you can't risk becoming in QB purgatory of just trying to find the next guy. The answer is you pay the damn man before prices go up if he plays even better, or you franchise tag him and make him mad. You don't risk doing that when you have gold that we believe our eyes have shown us and the numbers have shown us in front of us.
I couldn't have said it any better. Pay that man. I mean, what are we waiting for? Obviously, we're waiting for May to come through where he's actually eligible for a payment. But you pay that man, you give him his money, you call him QB1 because that's exactly what he is. And Green Bay Packers have successfully done it 3 times in a row. Don't have to worry about quarterback for another 10-plus years.
You know, when you said that 31%, all I can think about is Jason Wilde. I wish you would have came that bold at Jason Wilde as you came. Now, I like that coming out. You're talking about pay that man, pay that man, pay that man.
I like to open my mind to others' opinions and not just believe that everything that
what
I
world
think
is that? Wow. What world are you living in?
A world where I don't just believe that no matter what Goody does, it's the greatest thing in the world.
That's a good world. Well, it's an okay place to be.
What do you got, Wally?
All right, guys, we were talking earlier about kids being in a workplace office setting, but Jed, Gabe, and Chewy this week They asked about how do you feel about dogs being allowed on restaurant patios while you're eating. Once again, 61% of fans said they're all for it. 39% said against it. Brad, I'll start with you. Are you for or against dogs being on the patio while you're eating?
Outdoor patio, I have no problem with. You're outside. You're not going to get stuffed in with the dog. I mean, I have no problems with it. Honestly, that's actually a pretty great place to bring a dog. It's inside the restaurant where I start to be like, this has gone too far. You can't bring a dog inside a restaurant. You got sanitary issues. So, I mean, as long as they stay outside, give the dog a little bowl, give the dog a little treat. We have no problems.
Yeah, I'm not against this at all. I'm not, y'all know I'm not a big guy on pets.
You got spooked by our chief love officer
The dog ran up on me. She ran and ran into my dad. She ran into.
I'm sure.
No, she didn't run it. Listen, she bumped into my office window and she startled me. I was sitting there focused and locked in, doing what I'm supposed to do.
Don't pick
what
on.
They paid me to do.
Is it because it was a white dog?
Listen, white dog, black dog, I don't care. I'm not a fan of any of the dogs. They all can go somewhere. But I don't mind them. And I think it is nice to have the dogs on the patio because I understand how much fun people have by bringing their dogs places. I'm with you, Brad. I don't want them inside, but outside, get them a little doggy bowl. Let's have some fun. I'm with Brad on this one. Go ahead and let the dog eat outside with you.
I'm actually not with you guys
What?
here.
What?
Aren't you shocked by this?
Yeah. You're the dog lover.
As a guy who has 2 dogs in his household, I think there should be patios that, like, they have to draw the line. They have to say this is a pet-friendly outdoor patio or not. I want to know that if I'm going, that they're, like, I'm in the headspace of, like, I'm going to go there. There could be like, sometimes you just want to go to a patio and enjoy conversation and not have, like, the chaos all around you. And so as long as I know the expectation, I'm for it if it's a patio, dogs allowed. But I'm against it if I'm in the mindset of, I just want to go to a patio, have a drink, more upscale patio.
When you say dogs allowed, are you saying dogs unleashed just roaming around like it's nothing?
No, I'm even saying on the leash, like, because
it's gotta be a leash.
Because even if there's a dog on the leash on the patio, all the other tables around are like, look at the dog, and it just becomes a big thing. And I love dogs. I just want, like, if I'm going to the dog park, I know I'm going to hang out with dogs. If I'm going to a pet-friendly place, I know I'm going to hang out with dogs. But I got dogs at home. I don't want to see dogs when I go out of my home away from the dogs and the baby.
Oh, wow. Sounds like you don't like dogs. You don't
I'm
like
getting
your own
sick
dog.
of my dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
sounds like a guy that's had a baby himself, and now dogs have moved way down the pyramid.
I want to sell them.
Benny the dog.
I remember we used to pull up video of the dogs at Ben Brust's house.
Have you
Wait,
seen
why
me?
don't you get a throw a treat? Let me throw a treat to
Have
them.
you
Ready?
seen me show you guys my dogs since I've had the child?
No, we've seen plenty of child, but no dogs.
What I want to. That's why I'm opening up to you guys right now. That these dogs are annoying as all hell right
It's just
now.
more work now, huh? Because they need attention.
My attention and just barking and whining, and what I used to love is no longer.
You got something else to make it cute. One thing, you only want one crying thing, and that's your baby.
Dog for sale, line 1.
You would never sell little Benny. Or what's his name?
844-770-3776. Call Wooly if you're open to purchasing one of our 5-year-old dogs. We'll figure out if you want a Corgi Pomeranian or a mini Golden Doodle.
You're trying to really make me work here, man. I got to sell your dogs for you now, too? The poll questions running the stream?
If somebody called in and said, I'll take them, I got to take both of them, would you sell them without telling your girlfriend?
No, there's a price for that.
Oh, so it would have to be it'd have to be a premium price.
Well, yeah, premium.
So there's a
price.
price. There's a price. So she'd walk home and be like, "Hey, where are the dogs?" Like, "Oh no, I sold them."
Babe, we're getting patio furniture.
I did ask my girlfriend's mom, who loves her dog, would she sell her dog for $20,000? She said, "They wouldn't even hesitate."
Yeah, it's got to be more than that. Got to be more than that.
You more than $20,000?
Yeah, I think I need $100K for both dogs.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you better get used to. You don't have them dogs for a very long
I know.
time.
I'm just complaining right now. I'm being a grumpy old man right now. But I'm not grumpy when I know I'm in a home that has good temperature because you take care of the things that matter in home value.
Oh, this is a perfect time to be thinking about taking care of things such as your windows. windows, and that's why I'm going to give you a tip. Listen up here, KBN Nation. There's a place called Universal Windows Direct, right? And they have this window technology that allows for your windows to perform better and last longer. They got this super spacer technology. It helps keep the edge of the glass warmer. It holds the window seal longer and makes the window last up to 5 times longer than other window systems. They also make for great impressions and increase your home's curb appeal with a new entry door from Universal Windows Direct as well. If you have clogged gutters will cause major damage to your home, foundation problems, basement flooding, and more. With Universal Windows Direct, you'll never have to worry about cleaning your gutters ever again. Call them today at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. And a free upgrade to triple pane glass windows, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions do apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to universalwindowsdirect.com. That's universalwindowsdirect.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Ben, same game parlay. 2 of the 3 legs have hit, plus 640. It's boosted at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook. You can't get on it now, but I have look-ahead lines for tomorrow. We do a same-game parlay and make fun of Kyle and Brad because we can already be profitable by hedging, but I don't hedge. I let it ride. That's next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I? I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Brian Gutekunst is cooking.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
Josh Jacobs, upgrade at running back. Xavier McKinney, an upgrade at safety. The general manager of the Green Bay Packers, proving he is a very good general manager. Cooking.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And available wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for Mad March Savings at Metro Kia of Madison. Get into a 2024 Kia Seltos at 4.75% APR financing for 48 months. $22.92 per 1,000 borrowed. Deal available to qualified credit. Offers on the 2024 Kia EV6 include 0% APR financing for 60 months. The buzzer will sound on these deals at the end of March, so hurry in to Metro Kia Madison today. Browse their inventory at metrokiamadison.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through from the left wing.
The choice to enjoy is easy. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
In what ended up being a up and down game for the Bucks, they took a 20-point halftime lead and ended up falling by 4 late in the fourth. Enter Damian Lillard.
And back to Lillard on the left side. A step back, a three-point shot. Yes! And the icing on the cake Damian Lillard with a 3 from distance.
Lillard finishes with 30 points and double-digit assists once again as the Bucks beat the Nets 115-108 on the second night of a back-to-back at Fiserv Forum. Big game up next for the Bucks as they take on the 48-win Oklahoma City Thunder. That one tips off at 6 o'clock on Sunday right here in Milwaukee.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Time to start thinking about a summer job? Jesse Nelson here, and Madison School and Community Recreation is now hiring for many positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, outdoor adventure staff, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors and officials, and more. Full and part-time positions with daytime and evening hours are available. No matter your interest, schedule, or location, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community and gain meaningful experience. Start your summer adventure today. Apply at mscr.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, sponsored by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and Wisconsin On Demand.
Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do?
Your brand, your company, it's got a story to tell. You want to make sure it's told exactly how you want it to go. Look no further than 3 Tree Marketing for their full-service branded merchandising agency that helps you take creative merchandising and share your company's story. Anytime you're putting your logo on anything, whether it be new teammates joining, business partners, specialized gifting or onboarding kits, whatever it is, 3 Tree Marketing will help you tell your company's stories and showcase what your brand is always about. I know when we use them for Good Karma brands, for ESPN things, I always feel like, man, I know exactly who this company is, what their expectations are, how they want to represent it and tell their brand. That is thanks to 3 Tree Marketing. So I want you to take this opportunity today to showcase what your brand is all about, work with 3 Tree, who thinks outside the box and becomes an extension of your team. See what else 3 Tree Marketing can do for you and set an appointment today at 3treemarketing.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace live with you. 844-770-3776. Wooly, do you have the same game parlay intro?
It's time for Ben's Same Game Parlay. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Well, on Twitter at Ben Brust, you can see the posted parlay that was up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook. Samford plus 7.5 was the first leg. We did this on Monday. That hit. Wild game last night against Kansas. Baylor, piece of cake. 20-point win, minus 13.5. In the last leg of the boosted plus 640 is Charleston versus Alabama over 173. That is a heck of a lot of points. I got $65 to win $415. Do I hedge?
Ooh. So how does the hedge work exactly?
Basically, I would put money on the under. And so if the under hits, I could win $150 on the under, but I'd lose the $50 bet. So I'd win $100 no matter what. Or $415. I mean, you can always choose the hedge amount.
Yeah.
But I like to have more on what I believe in. If I hedge like 30% of what my overall outcome would have been.
Here's my observation. Am I regretting not giving Ben Brust my $5? A little bit. Because here's why. When Ben Brust puts his mind to something, this isn't just some spin of the roulette table like it was in Vegas when we lost our money.
You heard the research.
Yep, the research was pretty on par. So I would say stick to your gut. You put your research in, you had conviction with it, and so far that's paying off with 2 of the 3. Let's say keep it rolling.
Here's the thing. I love the fact that you put in a lot of research, but you know what I love more?
Money.
And if you have an opportunity to guarantee happiness at the end of the day, a consolation prize, get that consolation prize, because at the end of the day, it's still coming up and winning some money, Ben. Listen, if you lose 50, you end up winning, what is that, 365 or whatever it is, you still up 365. If you end up losing your parlay but you win $100, you're still up 50. Take the money and treat that baby girl to something that she deserves, like a Wisconsin cheerleading outfit.
Oh,
good point.
Very good.
Good point. Now, the good news is I'm able to gamble responsibly, and I can still afford a Badger cheerleading outfit if the same game parlay doesn't hit, because you're supposed to gamble responsibly, Kyle. I didn't put my life savings on this, so we're in good shape there. I wasn't raised no.
I like it. You want to
let's go.
Okay. I wouldn't
Not
raise
scared.
no.
All right, now.
Come on now.
You
Not
forget
scared.
that, huh?
Come on now.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
Just like our $100.
You were just saying
all or no,
lock
but
in profit.
you know, hey, I say lock in the profit, but you know if my boy
It's not his money, so he's like, yeah, I get it.
Hey, listen, I
he
like
said what
that.
he would do.
Exactly.
I ain't him.
He ain't me.
Real quick before we get to the next segment here, Gonzaga minus 4.5 against Kansas. Kansas is dog water. McCullers is out. They're the worst Kansas team I've seen in a long time. North Carolina minus 3.5. Don't let the Michigan State fool you. Don't let Tom Izzo fool you. This team is also no good, and I like Washington State plus 7 to cover against Iowa State. That is my same game parlay for tomorrow, but we need the last leg. We've hit 2 of the 3 of Ben's best bet. It was on the casino, Potawatomi Casino Sportsbook. My mug was on the picture. The bet was out there. They boosted the odds. This is just if we're feeling good. Gonzaga minus 4.5. North Carolina minus 3.5. Washington State plus 7 tomorrow.
Did Sanford shoot better than 30% from 3?
They shot above 40.
Oh! We're Homer. You owe my boy some money.
He owes me $50. My bet is covered. I don't need to hedge.
Nope.
I don't need to hedge. Homer owes me $50.
Homer needs to run you your money. You tried to tell him.
The funny thing is, remember, he said if they shoot above 40%, I'll do 100.
Oh!
I should have took that.
You should have took
I felt
that.
bad for the old man because he took a stupid bet. He thought they were playing Baylor.
Tell him to run you your money.
That's his fault, though.
But
his fault.
you know what? I got the bet covered from Homer, $50 cashula.
Who cares?
Coming my way when we see him next when he gets back from Indianapolis.
This is house money.
This is house money.
Not the Badgers.
This is the definition of house
This
money.
is house money.
Badgers play, same game parlay. Got another one out there for you all. Let's do it. Let's ride. Let's keep it rolling. And before we get to Gary Ellerson, I'll tell you about Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's amazing. Grand opening for their new sportsbook is coming the first week of May, so mark your calendars. 2,000 square foot video wall, luxury seating for over 200, and I cannot wait to be at Potawatomi Casino Hotel for Thanasis Live tonight. Giannis and Thanasis are going to be in person. You can still get tickets. The doors open at 6 o'clock. Thanasis Live. Make sure you do that. We wrap up Kyle Brust and Nortman for the week, and then we enjoy the Wisconsin Badgers tonight, later. We're done next.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC. ESPN NFL draft expert Mel Kiper Jr. was on Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin earlier this week and discussed his difficulty in assessing now former Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen ahead of the 2024 NFL draft.
Allen, I haven't figured out. And a lot of these guys, hey, you'll be right on some, you'll be wrong on others. But at least you have an idea, right? You have a strong conviction on those guys. I don't have it. I haven't been able to figure out Braylon Allen.
Find the full conversation with Mel Kiper Jr. on Wilde and Tausch, available wherever you get your podcast and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Get no interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Don't wait. You have to order by March 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Ben Brust here from Kyle, Brust and Nortman, and tell you about the newest great thing on the market, and that is Hoop Tea. It's the newest tea on the market, and when I mean that it's the newest and best, it was born on the boardwalk of Ocean City, Maryland, and enjoyed now right here in Madison, Wisconsin. With flavors like an original spiked tea. You have peach, you have mango, you have watermelon. Hoop Tea will make you feeling great with whatever flavor fits your profile. Hoop Tea. Enjoy the hoops on the screen and hoops in your hand. HoopTea.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Save big during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's with limited time deals on everything you need. Right now, buy one select DeWalt 20-volt max tool, get one DeWalt 20-volt max power stack battery 2-pack free, a $179 value. Plus, save $20 on a select bucket of Deck Plus wood screws. Find these deals and more in-store and online today. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 3/18 through 3/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Tegan Mullaney. You started playing basketball, and when did you realize this might be the sport for me?
I think it was pretty early, like 4th grade. Yeah, my mom coached the JV team, so I'd come here after school, just like sharing that with her.
You're going to be going to Iowa next year.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of schools, pretty much coast to coast. What kind of went into your decision you want to be a Hawkeye?
I think for me it was just like the feeling I got when I was there and just the coaching staff in general. They're all women. It wasn't like make or break, but it was something that I thought was really cool.
You can tease it all about going out of state. You and Taylor Stremolo, you played together a little bit at AEU. You're both going to be Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It was just like a goal for me to be able to play with her again. Just having this opportunity is really cool.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get out?
No, just put us up. Just put us up.
Oh, my man.
So I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Norman. Wrapping up the ESPN Wisconsin hour. So you guys know I'm pretty tough on producers, but sometimes like they're so incompetent that I wonder how they still have a job. Ryan Wollersheim, can you please put through our guest for the Friday Gary Ellerson segment?
Look, there was no communication to me.
We got
about Gary coming through at this time. All right, look.
And this is what bad producers do. They say there was no communication to me. They don't over communicate.
As somebody who's been called the bad producer before, I will say this. Is that we did have a pre-show meeting where we talked about Gary a little bit.
And what was Ryan doing during pre-show meeting?
He was
Ryan Wollersheim running the show.
He was watching the NCAA tournament.
Exactly.
That's a half truth.
I tried to defend. I tried to defend you in the meeting. I said, I'm sure they're glad Ben no longer works in the office. But I see Ben was just holding people accountable. Yeah, get my man's Gary on the phone.
Can you guys send me his
number?
number?
That is so wild. I mean, he's a fixture.
Nope. No, make him get the number.
Contact Ashton.
Do not he had Ashton do pole position. He had Ashton do KBN Academy. He has done nothing for the show today except complain that he can't watch basketball. He must get Gary on the phone by the time this show is over, or he is under further review.
I'll even say this, that when our pre-show meeting, we're talking about KBN Academy, Ashton's like, hey, do you want help with KBN Academy or do you want to do it? He's like, I'll just let you do it. He just totally said,
Hey,
Ashton, you take care of KBN Academy.
Hey,
I
Ryan,
like it.
do you want to do the pole position questions? Nah, you do it.
I got the pole position questions.
Oh, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you have my guy Gary? I want Gary. That's all I care about at this point. I'm trying to talk to Gary Ellison. I want Gary to say something crazy.
Gary is very passionate about the Badgers.
Yeah.
Gary Ellerson, former Badger football player, former Packer football player as well, Badger grad, sports fan, a guy who brings the heat, a guy that we have get down on at play for when Gary comes on Fridays, and what do you know? The producers under Jesse Nelson continue to under-deliver every single time they're on the air.
And I hate to say it, but we were even talking in pre-show, like, man, Gary's so great.
We
Final
were like
segment
this,
of the week.
Friday
He's so
vibe,
fun.
Gary.
Yep.
He'll
He's
bring the heat. He might ask us something inappropriate. We'll see what happens when Gary's on. But unfortunately, we have 7 minutes. Ryan's on the clock to see if we can get Gary for even 30 seconds.
Yeah, I was dancing to the song, and you know, Wally had me excited because he said, let's do it twice. Let's play the song twice.
Yeah, let's get Gary on. Gary's going to be happy we played his song twice.
Yeah, I said, yeah. And then all of a sudden, there was no Gary. I am just so disappointed. I got my arms folded and crossed. I don't know what to do.
844-770-3776 in reference to me wanting to sell my dogs because they're annoying the hell out of me with a newborn in the house. Diana, Kyle's #1 supporter, chimes in. Animals are like family, and you would seriously sell them? What is wrong with you? Diana and McGuanago.
Yeah, what's wrong with you,
You know what? I take back my $50,000. I'll take $20 for each of them at this point.
$20.
$20. And you know what I'll do that? I'll gamble at Potawatomi Sportsbook.
And
I'll have more fun watching the 2 hours that I gambled on a college basketball game than the fun that those dogs bring me right now. Because I want to kick them into the street.
Don't you troll Diana like that, dirty Diana. She's going to believe what you're saying. He doesn't believe
I love
that.
those dogs.
He loves little Brucey. I don't know the other dog's name, but I'm sure he loves him. Where's Gary? Rolly.
I called him twice. He hasn't picked up yet. All right.
That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie.
I don't want to put his voicemail on the air. What am I supposed to do?
Ryan?
Yes.
You will send me a screenshot of your outgoing calls to my text to know that you called the right number or that you even did anything other than continue to watch college basketball.
Florida up 49-47, by the way.
Oh, man.
Jeez Louise.
Again, wrong again. They're down 50-49. Colorado scored. Every time you talk, you're wrong.
Well, I guess he's not going to talk.
And now he's just.
We're going for a third time.
To be fair, it's after 4:30. He said he would check out after 4:30.
He checked out at 1:30 actually. So I don't.
Okay. We still love you, Wooly.
We'll go to the polls on Twitter at KBN ESPN. It was a fun time today, asking all of you who you would rather have babysit your child for 3 hours. Brad leads the way at 55%. Ben at 30%. Kyle at 14%. Ron the Key chimes in. It's a really good tweet. Kyle would dress them funny. Brad would try to feed them cardboard.
Oh.
Ben has already gambled on sports with my kids. He's a shooter. And she shoots like shooter video games and basketball. Easy call, Ben Brust. We bring in Gary Ellerson.
Hey, can we cue the music at least? Goodness,
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, get down on it. What's up, G?
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
How are you feeling, man? We're so sorry that the producers today did not prioritize you like we did, because we knew that Gary at 4:45 would have been great to take us into the end of the show. Badgers in Brooklyn. How you feeling?
It's like clockwork. Come on, bro. What's wrong with these people? Can I tell you really how I'm feeling, though? Listen,
how you feeling?
I want real
Badgers
Gary.
The Badgers, to me, they look a little banged up then from the last time they played.
Yeah, but, you have 5 days off because they're a Friday game and a Friday night game. Yeah. And I will tell you, with my knowledge, I don't often reach out, but I was curious about the health because you had Chucky Hepburn sit out of the semifinal.
Yeah.
Tyler Wall was banged up. It sounds like there will be no issues as it pertains to injuries, which will be great. In terms everyone playing in the championship game. Everyone's going to play in this game, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what it is, Gary. Everyone's banged up. And in week 17, do they play 17 games back when you play?
I take that as a no.
Hey, are you wearing underwear today?
Oh no, Gary, I am not.
What? Okay.
I'm free as a bee, Gary.
He is free.
What does that have to do with how banged up your football team is at the end of the year?
That's a pivot.
Well, because sometimes your balls can get banged up.
Hey!
I quit.
That's what I love.
I quit.
Hey, Gary, real quick before you go, man, do you believe that Bucky the Badger will be playing next week this time?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think right now, because I think for me the last game they were banged up a little bit. I think they're getting healthy. And now you see Greg Gard have all his guys to use when he wants to use them. So the bench is a little bit deeper. You can get a little bit more out of them. I mean, they were playing well. I mean, they were one of the best teams, about a month or two ago. I mean, they played very well. And so now I think they're hitting their stride again. Maybe Sweet 16, because that's about the furthest I have them going in my bracket. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, that would be a really, really good thing for Coach Gard, considering that they haven't been there since 2017. I think it's a big moment as well as the landscape of basketball and at college athletics change. If you can win and get to the Sweet 16 and you have an A.J. Storr pop off and show that Wisconsin continues to be a little bit more upbeat, different, I think that this could be a good PR show for the Badgers. They were national television before the selection show on Sunday. They played well in the Big Ten tournament, but they need to actually get to the second weekend. And I'm with you, Gary. I don't want same old Badgers right now. I hate when you say that, but you've been right a lot about it.
That still would be the same old Badgers if we go to the 16, because we need to get to the Elite 8.
Yes, sir.
You know what we're going to do, Gary? If you're open to it, I want 30 minutes with GE next Friday for the bad producing that happened across ESPN Wisconsin. You good with that?
Let's do that. I'm in.
GE next Friday for 30 minutes. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman wrapping up here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Shout out to everyone for keeping us here. It's great. Great bar, great TVs. Enjoy the Badger game. And congrats to Marquette. You guys beat a 15 seed. We'll be back on Monday. See ya.
The area's best high school